God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Right.
Loki, yeah!
Holy shit. That was so amazing. It was an absolute triumph. It really brought the series home. We were wrong. Obviously, it was the greatest thing ever made, and Marvel is saved.
Yeah, I loved it so much that I stopped watching the middle of the episode to watch your video.
I loved how, in the same way that I was in the same spot on the couch when it started and when it ended, so was Loki, because nothing happened. It was just as wonderful. I love that symbolism.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get into it. Graham didn't watch it, but that's okay because we saw the same thing, Graham. I watched it. You didn't watch it, but we saw nothing. So it ended up. You ended up being.
But I feel better than you.
Yeah, you do.
But
what if I told you that although not a ton happened, Loki got to deal with his feelings more?
Oh, now I feel bad.
He had a good cry. It was building up to a good cry that Sylvie had to like kind of coax out of him. That was the episode. That was it.
Did he actually cry at the end?
Yeah.
He cried all through it.
To be fair, like, listen, the end of the universe is usually like the end of time as you know it. I guess, like, if you're going to cry, all right. But, like, yeah, we didn't need a whole episode of that.
It seems like literally nobody is talking about this fucking episode. I hear no discussion. I heard more discussion of Ahsoka than I did Loki.
Yes.
And even negative. I don't even hear negative conversations about Loki. Nobody is talking about this show.
We were the only ones that watched it.
So, it is completely irrelevant. Rightfully so.
The viewing numbers are pretty similar.
Yeah.
They are.
Which is saying a lot considering Loki season 1 was the biggest Disney Plus success. The most watched series on Disney Plus for anything Marvel, anything Star Wars, a massive hit. And that was when Disney Plus had, like, I don't know, 30 million fewer subscribers in the United States back in 2021.
Well, there's got to be tens of people that are watching it.
Oh my God.
Well, they've lost about half their audience. That's what the Nielsen numbers just showed.
Half, and we don't know how real that audience is. Well, on Twitter anyway, and we'll get to that. It's been quite a week. Quite a week.
There's been a lot going on this
Taking
week.
some victory laps, some exposés from Gina Carano, Variety, Rolling Stone over something stupid.
She's been on fire.
It really opened the door for something else that we all knew. And yeah, when we had Chuck on with Graham, Chuck said, when things fall, it will fall fast with Marvel. And we are in the falling fast phase. We are in the falling fast phase. And I'm just glad to be here for it. I really am.
I personally would like to welcome Variety to the alt-right.
Yes.
Welcome in. We have MAGA hats for you, OK symbols, whatever you need. We really appreciate you showing up to the party and reporting on something that those of us on YouTube been talking about for the past 4 years now. Welcome to the party, though. We welcome you in.
If we just go off of like what Disney has tried to teach us, and also the celebrities, Variety, they now must be sexist and homophobic as well. I mean, they're criticizing Marvel, so.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll all be called out on Reddit
Mm-hmm.
too, just like they do that to us. Yeah,
They just hate women, clearly.
yeah, clearly they do.
They're criticizing Marvel, but they're shielding, just like this book does. Kevin Feige gets, it's like Teflon Man.
So I
like
said that
Teflon
today.
Man. Yeah.
Every fucking report that comes out, in some way, it's like, well, this Marvel executive, as soon as Kevin Feige found out that he'd been hiding from him how bad the Blade thing really was, Kevin Feige was really mad and he fired him. Oh, all these people running the Disney Plus shows, Kevin Feige didn't have oversight over this or that. It's really interesting how every single story that comes out, no matter who from, even if it's debunking another one of these reports, Kevin Feige, that no one's pointing the finger at him.
Nope. Kind of weird. I am, though. So are you. So is Jeremy. So is everybody here. Looking at you, Kevin Feige. All these people are gone. Stuff still sucks. You're still around. It doesn't take the genius to figure this out. Hi, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers.
Hi. Yes, just got done playing Fortnite, which is hitting over 5 million concurrent players right now, which is a record for the game this far into it. Over 5 million people playing it right now, which is stupid. It's stupid. But that they actually know how to, maintain their audience, and unlike Marvel and Marvel and Lucasfilm and everything like that. But it's been a great week to have Gina Carano and her tweets turned on notifications, because holy shit, every time you think she's done, she just drops another bomb, and she is absolutely destroying Lucasfilm and Disney and their nonsense. And the whole HBO story with the bots and everything. Now, Jay was telling me this earlier, but like all of the haters that have been in our mentions for years, it's like now they're just being like, oh, the bots are out. Oh, HBO's got them working now. It's just like, it's so funny that all of this is playing out perfectly, exactly like you would expect it. And Gina, being a fighter, she's picking her spots, and she's landing every damn punch now, and it's fantastic to watch. So happy to be here. Let's get this party started.
Yeah, I love that South Park, the instant meme of put a chick in it and make her gay and lame. Like, gets proved right within 2 days in an article with a Blade thing. I mean, it just happens. You gotta love it.
Poetry.
It's the universe unfolding as it should. It's so great.
Yeah.
Hello, Ryan Kittle, baby boy.
Hello. Yes, I'm glad to be here. My costume last week was very fucking tight, so I'm glad to be free of it. And I just also felt like I want to loot the Target that's right next door. So I just had to, I had to get out of that thing. But no, it's good to be here. There's a lot to talk about today for sure. Let's get going.
Let's get going. Shad, being awful quiet on Twitter lately. I've been impressed with it. I really have.
Seriously, Shad, you need to tweet more. You need to interact with people more.
I
You're way too quiet over there.
The truth is, Shad's actually been using ChatGPT to write all of his tweets.
Who doesn't? That
That
would be
dang
so
AI.
funny. Oh my God, that's a great idea. I think I might do Chat GPT month on my
Hey,
Twitter.
ChatGPT, who is Miles Morales? Miles Morales.
Well, didn't they ask?
mean,
Wasn't it Flashcast who asked an AI Jesus who Miles Morales was, and he said Miles Morales.
Yes. Yeah.
You and Az just being really calm, mellow people on Twitter today. Oh, Az is
nothing
late
happened.
because he had to finish a video. Sorry, Shad. Because he was too busy arguing on Twitter to finish his own video, so that's why he's late to the show. I'm calling you out, Az.
Well,
I know you're listening.
what he can do is just stay up all night and argue with people and not sleep.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's the way to do it. Yeah.
No, I don't argue with people.
But I'm actually back in costume. That's just how I roll. And great. I'm just feeling great. I'm happy to be here. Gonna have fun. And Wow, Loki. I've got things to say on Loki. So
Really? I mean,
yeah.
I've got a few things to say, but mostly not much to say. Because
not much has happened, I have things to say on the not much.
I've got some guy tried to own me in a tweet. I hate to bring attention to it, but I think it's a great breakdown because I'm like, nothing happened in Loki. Then he breaks down like 5 things of that were supposedly things that happened in a
Loki
TV
got
show.
Character development.
Like
Like that's
Loki-
one of the things that he's saying. It's like, what character development has happened in this show?
I have a response to every one of those. I really do, from the show that I actually watched. I did mention that coloring books might be exciting for him. So that was...
Hey, were you guys aware that Robert De Niro is a fan of RK Outpost? Did you guys know this?
Yes, I'm going to defend Robert De Niro. Go ahead.
Sharing my screen.
Okay,
Robert De
well-
Niro is actually a fan. Robert De Niro's former assistant alleges he treated her like an office wife and gave her gendered tasks to do, like mending his clothes, vacuuming his apartment, and scratching his back. She also claimed that he called her a bitch and a brat. Robert De Niro has been watching RK Outpost way too much. Robert De Niro, the same guy who has a severe case of TDS, is now being accused of that. Isn't that lovely? Those that preach the loudest have the most to hide.
Adult pretenders are complete assholes? Shocker.
Yeah. Like, all right, listen, this bitch is acting like a brat, first of all. Because
Well, I mean, it seems like
Did
she's
she get
proving you
paid?
right. Like,
But like, yeah, she's an assistant. She's a fucking assistant. How dare he make me do things like clean or like take care of his clothes? What the fuck did you think you were gonna be doing, you dumb whore? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, she looks like a dude. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Kind
thinking
of
the same thing.
yeah.
you know,
That's a man,
It looks
baby.
like she didn't have makeup
he's
on. for
one
that
whisker
interview.
short of a mustache,
I-
that one.
it's just the entitlement. It's just like, how dare he make me do the things that I was hired to do?
Give me gendered task. Just because it's a fucking menial task doesn't mean it's just for women.
Wait, I've got an idea.
It's a man, baby.
That's a man, baby.
I agree on principle. I'm not going to defend Robert De Niro. You can burn in hell, Robert De Niro, you piece of shit. You'd get out. You deserve all of this for all the garbage you've been spewing for all of these years. I have no sympathy for Robert De Niro, and I love woke on woke crimes, so he deserves it. No sympathy from me, but on principle, yes, I agree with what Ryan's saying. But I will fuck Robert De Niro. I'm glad it's happening.
I will fuck Robert De Niro.
That's
Whoa.
getting
Fuck
a clip.
him. Fuck him.
So that's how you feel.
You didn't say I will.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah, it did.
You were gonna say a different sentence, but
Oh,
yeah, you're like,
whatever.
but
That's
I
called a
will.
Freudian
Hey,
slip.
And then you.
Hey, fuck Robert De Niro, Trump 2024. Suck my dick, Robert De Niro. I'll put it that way, okay? There. I'm done with
I'll
him.
have to take that mask off then.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
would. It still sounds
Yeah.
like he wants to be gay with Robert De Niro.
Fill
So.
his mouth with all type of diseases.
I will fuck.
I will eat your ass.
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm so late on this. God, I'm sick. I suck.
Jeremy's finally gonna find out if he can milk those nipples.
I will eat your ass.
That's right. Oh, man.
So long, gay boys. There.
Already demonetized. Already
Not even through the
demonetized.
intros, man.
Not
We're
even through
done.
the damn intros.
Please enjoy my video because this one's going nowhere. Dude.
We
I got
started
my,
off on the wrong fucking stream.
I know.
We randomly went live to a random stream. So, man, what are you gonna do?
We don't
Highly
know what we're doing.
organized. That is
Highly organized, baby.
perfect. It is perfect.
Hello, Odin.
What's up? Just like Gary, I am sick. My voice is terrible and awful, but I'm glad to be here nonetheless.
Everybody's dying.
I know.
Yeah. Well, it's
The coof must be back, I guess.
yeah.
The
I
second
think we
coming.
better shut everything down and not let kids go to school and cancel the election because there's a fucking cold out there.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not do that. We'll be fine. I'll be fine tomorrow. Hi, comics.
Hey Gary, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Wonderful
Sorry
mood.
about your stream getting nuked.
Well, we nuked ourselves. That's the
Yes.
thing. So that happens. It's
Yeah,
all right.
it happens. So I got a text over the weekend from my cousin. He's a former police officer. Apparently, his former partner is a huge fan of FNT. So I want to shout him out. Matthew, thank you so much for being a fan. Also heard you're going through some health challenges right now. I hope everything gets worked out, and I know that my cousin will be seeing you, pretty soon. So I hope you're doing well.
Nice.
Hell, yeah, it's
Is
weird.
he former partner like police officer partner,
Police
or is
officer.
he gay?
No,
All
police
right.
officer partner.
You
Just making sure before I prayed for him. So.
You never know.
Partner has a lot of implications. It does.
Well, he said partner. I'm assuming it was
Oh,
his former
fucking
police.
Ryan.
He's married.
Hey, where are you? Where are they? Well, you can't. Maybe you can tell me where they're at so I can speed through there and they won't give me tickets, right?
Well, I know that he lives in the same state we're going to be doing the next meetup. So
there you go.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll be there.
I got out of a ticket for owning a comic shop, but not for the YouTube channel. I got out of it because the guy shopped at my comic shop and he pulled me over. He's like, "It's you. I'm not going to give you a ticket." And he walked away. Hey, that's great. Hey, FNT. Yeah, that's. I went to my dentist and the receptionist there is like, "My son loves your show." I'm like, "You don't watch it, do you?" Because yeah, it's hard to explain. She's like, "No." I'm like, "It's probably better that you don't. It's probably just better. It's better." She doesn't like. Wait.
People.
It is.
Oh my
X-ray. Good.
Hello. I'll keep it short. Hi.
Hi.
Ryan Kennel approved intro.
Also, Vegemite video after the stream.
Oh yeah, it's out.
It's out.
God, took you long enough.
I know, right? I have a 2-minute super cut. That's
Okay, because I'm already planning my next trip to the UK.
Oh, hey.
But
I
yes,
think you guys had a good time on that trip.
we did.
We did.
We had the best time. It was like a real vacation, which I haven't had in a long time. So it was fantastic. Can't wait to go back. The UK rules, except for their government. Their government sucks balls, but the people are great.
Yeah.
And the
Sounds a lot
countryside
like
is beautiful.
America.
It does. It does.
I think one of my favorite days is when we went to go see Tolkien's, his grave.
we saw his grave,
and
yeah.
everything, and hang out in
Yeah.
Oxford,
It
and
was
also
just nice hanging out with y'all.
Diddley Squad. I mean, it was just a great time.
Hell yeah. Oxford's beautiful, by the way. Beautiful town, filled with a bunch of empty-headed university types, woke idiots who are just coming back. You can see them all, too. It's like, it's like a wave. It's like a woke zombie invasion. All the dumb
They all have,
students.
pink and blue hair.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. It was terrible. But everything else was beautiful about it. Yeah. And we got to see Tolkien's grave. And that was epic. We have two very special guests, comic book legends, together on this show for the first time, I think. Together on Nerdrotic for the first time. Yeah. We'll start out with Mr. Graham Nolan. What is up?
Hello, hello, hello. It's great to be here.
Graham Nolan's always taking selfies with his shirt off and smoking a cigar. He's like the
cigar ones are true.
He's like the male, the dad thought out there, but
I don't know what that means, but I don't think I like it. I'm pretty sure I don't.
You could start.
Gary wants you to start an OnlyFans.
The dad thought community. I think that's what you could start. All right. Just be careful who will be your biggest fans. Just saying. Thanks for coming on, Graham.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, what do you got back there? What do you got leaning up against your comics right there?
Oh, this is my Shinu.
Yes.
Look at
My
that.
Shinu plushie. They went on sale the other day on my Compass Comics website.
That looks way cooler. I mean, our plushies were cool, but that's like a lot less gay than our plushies. Yeah. I'll just say
Got
that.
the art and everything.
That
So
looks
there you
great.
go.
Oh, nice.
There it is, yeah.
Chinu
Limited.
plushie.
Right?
Yeah, there's only 400 available. The 500 were made. Only 400 are available because I'm keeping 100 back for a Shinu 77 campaign when I get that book written.
Sweet.
So yeah, so it's rare. So you get them while you can. I think there's less than 300 left now.
And I mind you, two people on our show today are real life comic book artists who aren't dicks. So I know it's like finding a unicorn, and we found 2 unicorns. But yes, 2 comic book creatives that aren't complete and total assholes. And that includes Kelley Jones.
Hey.
What's up, man? What do you have going on right now?
Not a thing.
Nothing.
Just shoving my cart around the streets.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you don't have a Dracula book that's out?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. With Matt Wagner, another legend.
Yes, another legend.
Who
no,
also
it was a lot of fun to do. It's been a blast.
It looks great in that Canadian money. Really
Yeah,
I
does.
know. I was just trying to change it. And it's too late. How do I change it?
Every time.
I love Canadian.
Holy
Everything
shit,
looks
that just jumped up.
You're like,
Canadian
damn,
pesos.
FNT got a lot of pull.
Oh, it's just Canadian.
Sorry.
Got everybody's hopes up.
Wow.
I just don't know how to change the currency on this website.
The euthanasia peso right there. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so good.
This book looks amazing. It looks freaking rad. I can't wait to own it and to read it.
Thank you. It's been an absolute blast to do. We're off in our own little universe doing it, and got it all done before we even presented it. I mean, it's completely done. I'm halfway through the second one, and that's the only way to do it, for me, is that way they can show what it is.
Yes.
I've also heard, I don't know if you took this approach, but what I was told by Marvel executives was if you're going to do something with a vampire in it, make sure to put 3 women in the lead roles and make it all about them.
And make it gay.
Did you do that? Yeah. Did you put a girl in it and make her gay and lame? Kelley?
We didn't. So I think we missed out on a lot of potential. We won't get that. Probably won't get anyone to look at it to make it into a film or something.
No, unfortunately.
You're not going to get that the Marvel's money.
No. It doesn't have that.
I don't think the Marvels is going to get any money.
Yeah, that's going to be like a void of money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking like the Marvels is going to get much money.
It's going to set its own standard.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad.
Its own standards.
We are just days away. 6 days away. 6 days away from the Marvels.
Yeah.
So excited.
Could be the worst
That-
opening.
You're
in-
literally the only person talking like that about this.
That's
movie.
right. Comics, you're going with me, right? You're my
Yeah,
date.
yeah, we're going.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah.
We're going. Right now, we are one of 6 tickets purchased for our theater. I showed a picture of Alan Ing, the merciless partner of super gay partner of Chris Gore and X-Ray Girl's dad. He bought the only ticket in a theater in fucking Orange County, which is home field advantage for
God.
L.A. and Burbank and Pasadena. If you don't know, every fucking movie sells out. Every movie sells out. It's they're really into movies there. It's you get a better idea of like how things are doing when you get to San Antonio. You get to Florida, maybe a little away from that Orlando park, but you'll see how many people are actually. Yes, that's Alan.
Holy shit!
Dang.
Wow.
That's Orange County, California. As
So much hype for this movie.
millions of people live there, tens of millions of people live there, and it's crazy.
Well, this is actually just an overhead view of the Walt Disney Company and the diversity they have. So that's how diverse they are right there. That's actually Kevin Feige right there in the middle.
It makes sense.
So
Yeah.
Az rolls in late, so he can get a special introduction. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Why you late?
Because I've just finished off my Robin in the Hood review.
Robin in
Which
the
you probably
is,
Be Robin.
Which you probably easily could have finished on time if you weren't like, I don't know, fucking around on Twitter.
Do you want to go here, Mr. I'm going to leave the real fucking BBC in the middle of the show? Just going to leave. I'm only going to be a couple of minutes, maybe 30. What? Wait.
It's
a couple of minutes.
30's
maybe
a couple
30.
of minutes. 30's a couple of minutes. It's a couple of minutes string together into more couple of minutes, but it's still a couple of minutes.
Dude, never mind where you were going. I had to take a fucking walk halfway through my review today. I was so done with having to talk about what I was having to talk about.
I'm not going to get on you for that. Take a good walk. I can't wait to see your Robin Hood video. I'll watch it and I'll leave a like on it.
There's a wonderful little moment in it. You'll know when you see it.
I can't wait till I'm going to just call you a bigot in the comment section though, because I want to be like everybody else. So, welcome, Az. What a fucking week! It's been an amazing week. It actually fires me up to think about it. Like we had the South Park episode, and then we had the Variety article. We had Gina just dropping nuclear bombs. It's been fucking great. I love it. I love this job. I love it when stuff like this comes out of the blue. But it's not really out of the blue, Ryan, because I think that Variety article is like derivative of this book. I think it was the part of the book that they left out because they get to phase 4 right about here. So most of the book, there's some interesting stuff for if you guys don't know, Kelley and Graham, this is a book that just came out. The reign of Marvel Studios, which sounds kind of like an ending, which it is. So it goes through the history of Marvel.
It should be called The Rise and Fall.
It
That's what it should be called.
But they didn't really get to the fall because they pull up at the end, right? And they call us, they go straight to calling us racists and trolls, and we're just insignificant, small about. They put the MCU. I love how they'll quote us, but then they'll quote us, right? They put the MCU in the book, guys, but they put it in quotes and related to. It's just something those bigots say. Except when we get a Variety article that's sourced from one of the chicks who wrote this that says there's going to be a Blade script with 3 fucking women surrounding Blade. And then in the article, they go, well, that's bizarre. I'm like, it's not bizarre. That's exactly what they've been doing. They've been doing it for 4 fucking years.
Yeah, because they've been doing this shit for 4 years. How's that
you
weird?
hear it in the marketing department. They're like, oh, there's a white male lead. We need to surround him with a lot of diverse women. You know, and it's the pander stone. It's the fucking meme. But they've been doing it. They even did it with Black Panther. Black Panther had to be surrounded by 2 or 3 women his entire fucking movie. His entire movie. That's why Civil War is better. And they've been doing it since. So I thought that was pretty fucking hilarious. That they come out and now they're like, oh, Blades. He fucking is a vampire.
He's gonna be the fourth lead in his own film because of a bunch of women are going to be elevated.
How to fix Marvel? I don't know. Maybe have Blade by him fucking self in his own movie killing vampires.
It's a mystery, Gary. It's a mystery.
Well, make the vampires win.
Misogyny in the chat here.
There's a lot, you know. It's like, how can we have Moon Knight succeed? Maybe not like go with the later retcons that came from the mid-aughts that were fucking lame and go with the Mark Spector Moon Knight and keep out Scarlet Scarab, the Egyptian superhero. And try to not make it practically a gay Disney musical. I don't know. There's a lot of ways you could fix Marvel. I just don't think it's going to get fixed. Az.
Yes.
You read the article. We've gone over it. How you doing?
I'm all right. How about you?
All right. Thanks. Show's over, everybody. There it goes. Get to the gym, fucker.
Can't hear you. He took his ears off.
Sorry, did you have a question?
No.
He was abusing.
He said he was asking, "What did you think about the article?" I think.
Yeah, I was.
Question.
I thought it was the softest hit piece I've read. It was they tried to word it very kindly, but it just destroyed them. And it's so funny because look, we've all said this for years. Every single one of us in this studio, we've been saying this for years, and we've been called everything under the sun. Every insult you can think of, every word to try and cancel you, every scary word out there, everything. We've been called it time and time again. Now it's acceptable for the mainstream to have the same opinion. And suddenly, where's our apology?
Oh,
Because we should this episode of FNT. I mean, I'd probably have a heart attack and die, but it should just be us doing victory laps.
Yeah.
Just victory laps, waving to the fucking audience. Just waving to the crowd. Yeah. We told you so. We told you in 2020. In 2020, yeah.
I don't need an apology. Just watch my videos.
Yeah, fucking apology.
gift.
I don't want an apology from the Access media.
Well,
No
it's not
shit.
it's not. It would not be genuine at this point in
No. Yeah, it
time. If any apologies came forward now, it's simply because that they've extended every other opportunity and now they're at pure desperation mode. And so they're like nothing really that any of them say mean anything. You had your chance to make a legitimate, honest apology to the fans back when the criticisms began, and you was like, oh, you know what, we kind of fucked up and we're going to correct course, kind of like how the Sonic movie director,
Right.
the moment that they fucked up with Sonic, the internet decided this is terrible, we're going to meme it, we're going to roast it, and they recognized, hey, we've kind of fucked up, so we're going to go back to the drawing board. We're hearing you. And Sonic wasn't the greatest movie ever, but it was fine, it was decent. But most fans appreciated the fact that they were willing to listen and just hear a different perspective. Marvel has made it clear that they fucking hate the fans. They hate you. They despise you. They've proven that over and over again.
Absolutely.
And so it's just way too late for that. And I don't respect anybody involved creatively with Marvel or Lucasfilm at this point in time. And that's just where we are with it.
And that's why Sonic made money and got a sequel, and why all the Marvel films have progressively gotten worse and worse and worse, and the Marvels is probably going to have the worst opening weekend in the entire history. Like, if you look at ticket sales, the worst opening weekend domestically in the entire history of the MCU, even worse than Incredible Hulk's opening weekend domestic.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
ticket
nobody's
sales.
looking for the greatest thing of all time. I mean, Sonic, again, I don't think anybody is telling you Sonic is this masterpiece of a film. I don't think anybody would say that. I think people did enjoy it for the most part, but it wasn't offensive in any way, shape, or form, and it had heart behind it, and the people behind it showed that they cared what the audience thinks. And at the end of the day, that's all people are looking for, and they're going to be very forgiving if your heart's in the right place and if you're trying. It's really all people are looking for.
The second Sonic movie had way too many people. The whole like wedding thing was a complete waste of time and annoying. I wish we would have just got the animated character.
That's how I felt about the second Planet of the Apes movie with and I like Gary Oldman and I can't remember who the other guy but there was just anytime humans were in that movie, it was like it took away from it, and that's kind of how Sonic 2 was. But regardless, people are still looking forward to the next installment from Sonic, as they should. And, no one's looking forward to the next installment of the Marvel or Star Wars at this point in time. Nobody.
Because it's
You're not
amazing.
looking forward to Skeleton Crew?
No.
Jude Law?
Is that coming out before Acolyte?
Probably. I think so, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Has Acolyte been delayed, or is it still coming out on time?
I think it's still coming out.
I don't think it ever got an official release date other than sometime next year.
Sometime next year. Yeah.
That's the show that they put a chick in it and made it gay.
Well,
Lame and gay.
They put
Lame
a
and
bunch
gay.
of chicks in it and made it lame and gay.
Yep.
Yeah.
If one's good, consider 6.
It's by a chick who's lame and gay and a former Harvey Weinstein assistant. So there you go.
Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant. And
What did Quarterback Garrett say?
said? Too ugly to be assaulted. Yeah, too ugly to be assaulted. Leslie Headland.
She's got the protection.
She does kind of. You know what? I'm putting her head on Brock Lesnar's body, and you won't tell the difference.
You won't know.
For my next thumbnail.
It wouldn't be a meme.
She kind of looks like Brock Lesnar in the face.
She got shoulders
Echo
like a
meme.
linebacker.
I want Echo with
Sorry,
Brock Lesnar's
Brock.
body and a fake leg.
Block Lesnar.
No offense, Brock. Don't kill me.
Yeah.
No offense.
He will kill you.
He will. Absolutely.
Echo thumbnails are going to be fun. They're going to be lots and lots of fun.
I'm just gonna put Mark the Cyborg's head on it.
Happy birthday, Mark.
We got a trailer, and we'll go over the trailer because everybody's like, this trailer is like really good for the show that almost got canceled, and they had to dump into January and release all at once.
But with that being said, I thought the trailer was okay.
Yeah, it's a good trailer for a scary project.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
We know that it's getting dumped. We know that internally they're like, we don't even want to release this. We know all these things. So I think it's a good trailer.
Let's
But I
get
think you
real.
take all that away and you
Is
compare
it
that
a
to the
good
Marvel
trailer,
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah,
is
yeah,
it just is it a good trailer, or is it just not as shit? Because I don't think the trailer's that good.
I thought the trailer.
I think the trailer's fine, and I think it looked way more intense and brutal than I was fucking expecting. When they shot that dude in the neck, I was like, oh my god! And then we found out it's rated TVMA, and it's like, okay.
I thought the trailer, it's.
If in isolation, if I didn't know anything else about the project, and I saw that trailer, I'd be like, well, I have no fucking idea why I should care about Echo, whoever the fuck this bitch is that's not talking, but trailer seemed okay.
Everything about the trailer works except for the lead character, basically.
Yeah.
So
it was like
it works.
It was like Dances with Wolves on crack.
So they focused on a side character who's going to be in a couple of the episodes for the entire trailer.
Yes.
Because the main character can't talk.
Which is one of the main reasons Ryan likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think trailer.
Well,
was
the
that
problem
great.
is she also won't listen, so that's an issue.
I think it just wasn't as bad as a Marvel's trailer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I was expecting an absolutely fucking cringe trailer, and I didn't get that. I got a trailer that was, in my mind, okay. Now obviously they're using Kingpin. He even says some of the same shit, some of the same lines from Daredevil to her, like from the Daredevil series, right?
Yep.
But just in isolation, I thought it was a fine trailer.
It's an improvement over what we've been getting. So
Make America Skate Again? Are you kidding me? That was awesome. Did you see that?
I did. I don't know if the context is going to be to it.
So there, like in the beginning, when the first time you see her when she's not a girl in that trailer, she like comes blasting through a wall. And it looks like it's a roller rink or something. And on the side of the roller rink, it says "Make America Skate Again."
Yeah.
So obviously that team's full of bigots.
Yeah, obviously.
It's a roller derby.
Obviously. All right, so let's talk about Loki as quick as possible. Because fuck this show. It's such a waste of time. It's such a Disney Plus show where absolutely nothing happens. Like less happens in. You could tell they have the budget from season one. Like that is absolutely just running around corridors and doing fucking nothing. So the context of this episode was Loki misses his friends, and we find out who is some like friends he just met. By the way, forget everybody else. Forget Asgard.
They're not even his friends.
They're not even. Dude, half of the people he's after aren't friends with him. Like
no
Kelley,
people that ripped him out of his reality, imprisoned him, forced him to work hard, the pain of like threatened, destruction, and now that's suddenly it's friends. Piss off,
Yeah, like vitamin B15 or whatever she is, body positivity time cop. Is she friends with Loki?
No.
Black chick? Is this a black chick? Is this a black chick?
She barely ever talks
When
to
you
him.
said body positivity time cop, that's all I remember is the fat black chick in the show that I watched from season one.
The only person she's friendly with is the local baker.
Hey, guess who was the doctor in real life? I'll give you one guess.
The black woman.
Yes.
Guess who are all bums and losers and divorced?
The men.
Yes.
What was Mobius?
How the
Can you
hell
tell me
did
what
you get
Mobius
that on the
was?
first guess? Unbelievable.
Yeah, all of them were like, my wife left me. I'm divorced.
Mobius was a Sea-Doo deal or sells Sea-Doos or something like that.
Yes, and his wife left him.
Yeah. He has 2 kids that are basically complete brats.
Yep.
Well, one kid that's like definitely a problem child, and then like an older, one kid who's a problem child who has like dark hair, and then a kid who's like a little bit older and maybe more responsible who's blonde. And people are like, I think that's supposed to be an analogy for Loki. Or it's like Jesus.
Oh, I didn't
maybe.
Oh God, don't read too much into this fucking show for
really
Christ's
don't.
sake.
So, I just want to point out that this is the penultimate episode of a 6-episode series. This was episode 5. There's one left.
Oh my God. How?
They are working. Like I couldn't believe that this is actually rolling out to be the primary plot of this season. They're working to fix some weird, you can't understand loom time thing crap. Like if you want direction and a goal in a series that hooks you in and everything like this, this is one of the dumbest kind of narrative devices ever, because who really understands what this MacGuffin piece of crap plot device is? And we're supposed to be invested in them fixing it. And this thing could have been resolved in episode 1 and they actually get to some interesting plot. Instead, they've just dragged it out over the entire season. It's like, who gives a crap? I want the TVA to burn. It's an absolute piece of crap organization that takes away free will, and they expect us to be invested in Loki trying to save it? Piss off. This is just...
Let's try to explain this to Graham and Kelley. So Loki is the Loki from Avengers.
Yes.
The first Avengers movie.
He wasn't.
And the variant that came in Endgame, they created a whole series about it. There's the TVA, which is from the comics. It is from the comics.
Yes.
TVA is created by Kang in the MCU to protect the sacred timeline. There was absolutely no free will in the MCU. Everything that happened according to Kang. That's the premise of the series.
It's awful.
It's awful.
And can I just interject? The TVA was wiping out realities, a level of genocide and murder that's unprecedented, and Loki is trying to save that organization. It's like, we're supposed to care about this?
It didn't get the right timeline because I saw it. Although I will say I gave it a very high rating. My own personal rating is I gave it 5 Forbidden Planets, which means I have to now go watch 5 things I really love to restore my faith that good stuff's made.
I do that. You don't know how much I do that, Kelley.
Yep.
Like there is
normally
cleansers.
2 Forbidden Planets is pretty high, but 5 Forbidden Planets means this weekend is a busy weekend watching good stuff.
It is.
So just to get the taste out of your mouth.
Right?
Oh my God.
So
Well,
Link can't be mad at me anymore then.
Right?
She'll spend time with you. So.
I kept thinking in Loki, something good might happen. That's what kept me watching.
That was your mistake, right?
That was it. And I kept thinking,
First episode, huh? First
I kept
episode.
thinking they showed all these different Lokis, and there's all these different Lokis, and I kept thinking, well, maybe the real Loki that I know, the one that is awful and scary and terrifying and powerful and has all these powers, will show up and say all these fake I thought I held out hope, and after last night I threw in the towel, and it was one of those things where you begin to realize that nobody had ever really read who Loki was. They watched this stuff and thought they could do it better, and that was it. They thought they could do better.
Yeah,
and
episode,
and it became about the writing because everything is lackluster in it.
This episode felt like the most un-Loki version of this character, not only in the series, just across the board. And that's been the takeaway for me, especially in season 2, that this is not the Loki character. This is some weird, pathetic interpretation. That
It's
does
a
not
woman.
Feel like...
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm not being facetious. It's a woman. He's being written as a female character. He cries all the fucking time. Meanwhile, Sylvie is stoic and unbroken and unfazed by everything. He cried twice in this last episode. He's cried about 4 to 5 times this series so far. He's always got a perpetual fucking tear coming down his face. He's actually a woman. He's exhibiting all female qualities, not male qualities.
It's not the Loki that you've ever seen before, so it wasn't Loki. I kept waiting for Loki. That's what I thought. I thought Loki will show up somewhere in this, the real one. Like he'll appear and it'll be that scary one that you saw in the Avengers.
That is him,
and it never happened. But everything felt lackluster. Everything felt tired.
The disdain for the Marvel characters started with Thor Ragnarok, and after that point, you could tell that they didn't give a shit about these characters. They went out of their way to depower and take the masculinity out of 2 of their most powerful characters, Thor and Hulk, turn them into jokes, and then they systematically did it with all the others. Then we have that great cringe moment in that last Avengers movie where they gather all the women and they all get down into their pose, for their 360 shot. It's just untenable to me. I gave up on all the MCU shit with Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, I hate that movie so much for the exact same reasons you just listed.
Yeah, it's so mean-spirited about the characters first off, but then you set the story in a sort of a metaphoric way for what happened to Germany, and at the very end, all the people are leaving their homeland. They're getting on the spaceship because the place has just been destroyed, and that's terrifying and heartbreaking enough. And the takeaway is a big joke. The guy says, well, maybe we can rebuild. And then something falls on cue, tipped over. And then, well, maybe not, who wants to hear that? Imagine your town being destroyed or something, or your country and that kind of thing. It's just so homogenized shit.
And then they run straight into Thanos and he kills half of the people that are left.
Right.
Plus Loki.
And what do we see? The first scene is him and the Hulk fighting, and he beats the shit out of the Hulk in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Less than 2 minutes. It's like 30 seconds of screen time. He beats the shit out of him. You know what?
And that's the last time we see the real Hulk, right? For the rest of Endgame, it's so frustrating. And then what the part I hated it the most in Ragnarok is when Odin dies, and they don't let it sit. Odin just died.
Hela immediately shows up.
Yeah, Hela immediately shows up, and they don't let that scene
He does say as soon as he dies, as soon as I go, she will be free.
So
he does say that.
You still let that scene sit a little bit. That's fucking Anthony Hopkins is fucking Odin, and you just go next scene. I hate that. I fucking hate it.
Well, they also kept undercutting all the tension with humor, almost immediately, and it was annoying the shit out of me.
That's
exactly
that's
right.
Taika Waititi, and that's why
it is.
Yep.
I didn't like Ragnarok initially because it felt like such a if that had just been maybe the first introduction of Thor, it'd be one thing, but it was such a departure from the way Thor was treated for his first movie and A Dark World, regardless of whether you like those movies comparison to everything else. The reason the first Avengers was so big was because all these characters felt different and acted differently. So when they teamed up, they were all very unique and their interactions were special.
Right.
When you change everything to have every character act like Peter Quill from Guardians of the Galaxy, every character's got quippy one-liners. Every character's got little snapbacks, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't become special. And that was my problem with Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Iron Man was the sarcastic one. Captain America was the straight down the middle guy.
Thor's this overly great. He's a fucking god who doesn't understand the way humans interact and how he doesn't understand things. And that's what goes over his head. That's how funny it is because he doesn't understand human interactions. You tell me just because this motherfucker fucks Jane Foster, all of a sudden he understands sarcasm after thousands of years of living as a god? I don't.
Yeah, and also Thor is also kind of
Skywalker.
He doesn't like sand.
He gets everywhere. But even Hawkeye. Hawkeye's underestimated by Loki in Avengers, and it causes him to lose his seat and get thrown down into Avengers Tower. So and that precipitates the whole Iron Man change and everything. So and of course Black Widow's she's like the mysterious one of the group because she's like the spy. So. Everyone had different voices, and Marvel humor. There's no such thing as Marvel humor. There's Joss Whedon and his very, very clever dialogue. That's what there is. There's not, this, and they co-opted it to it's Marvel humor. No, it's not. Joss Whedon's just a very, very good writer. He makes every voice different, and he knows which characters can come out with the zingers, and he knows how to even make somebody who's manipulating come across as imposing. But at the same time, gotcha with it because that
he read
conversation
the
between Loki and Black
he
Widow.
He used the source material.
Yeah, he read the comics. He was a fan of comics,
That
so
was
he
it.
came into it that way. The people doing it now are talking to each other, and the geography that that great stuff has should be everywhere. It's a whole world thing. And now we're talking about this very small area that the people who produce this and make this and write this, they're just talking to each other. And I think they're shocked. Every time they're shocked that nobody's, like you said, even talking about it in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
That is well.
Yeah, Whedon was able to capture the voices of these characters, and the humor comes organically.
Yes.
From their characterizations. You know, when Captain America says, you know, oh, I got that reference. You know, everybody knows he's a man out of time, and he'd have seen The Wizard of Oz. And so all of a sudden that registers with him. And it's funny because we know this about him. If somebody else said that, it's no longer funny.
No.
Right.
So that statement or that piece of humor comes organically from the character, and we can smile at it. But when you set up situations like in Ragnarok, as I said, where the world has been destroyed, and you turn that destruction and death into a one-line joke, you know, you've undercut anything you've tried to do with that story.
I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby.
It ruins it for the casual fan. I mean, when they walk away, they never come back.
Absolutely.
If you're not taking it seriously, why should they take it seriously?
Exactly. Absolutely.
The box office shows that.
You cannot do that. You have to come into this saying, I was the first one to say I didn't understand every single thing about Batman, but I did know that, because fans will know every single thing. So you read as much as you can. You treat it as sincerely as possible. You treat it like Shakespeare. And never do you denigrate the characters, because you're denigrating the fans, and they're wondering why no one's showing up anymore. No one's talking about it. You know,
they've devalued everything.
Yeah.
Everything's been devalued.
And I can't understand that if it's purely even on a financial level. You treat this with respect.
Yeah.
And well, just look what they did with Secret Wars too, where it's like, you know, nobody read any of the comics, and the show was complete garbage.
Yeah, and talking about it's honestly what made the entire MCU big. I remember seeing this in high school, and the best part about it wasn't even the movie. It was after, when you were talking with your friends, and I had a lot of friends that were hardcore comic fans, and so they would be telling me, oh, this is what this meant, and this is what this meant, and this character's about to come in, and I was like, oh, okay, that's so awesome, that's so cool. And now it's, you know, because they've clearly gone away from the hardcore comic fan, now it's like, okay, yeah, no one left.
Well, they didn't like comics.
Yeah.
So the people doing it now do not like comics. They don't even read them. I don't know. You can change stuff, because if you change stuff, but you do it keeping the spirit like Jackson did with Lord of the Rings, you can do it, because you've kept the spirit of sacrifice, what a hero is. They didn't reinvent the wheel. Now you're getting people who are clearly angry at the audience who love this stuff in its original state.
Kelley, you're right. Like the MCU, as much as it's a meme that Marvel made up, right? I just coined the phrase Marvel made it. And Marvel made it. What the MCU is detrimental to women, because it's a horrible portrayal of women. And it's disrespecting all of your fans who have read the comic books before. You don't even care anymore. And it's about revenge. It's not even about equality or anything other than we're going to denigrate the male characters to lift up the male characters. It's lazy as fuck, for one. And it's about revenge. We've talked about it before. But
it's dated. What happens is you've dated yourself. You've dated yourself to a specific time rather to a mythological epic you're telling, which is relatable to everybody at anything. I don't need it to be an exact copy of me to say, wow. One of my absolute favorite characters ever in comics was the Black Widow. And I thought when they first were doing her, and specifically tying it to Loki, was in the Avengers when she completely dupes Loki, this god who's been around for eternity, to reveal what he was all about. Thinking he was in charge.
The whole thing.
I completely, that was my favorite moment in the movie.
Yeah.
Was her.
Well, Joss Whedon wrote the best Hulk and Black Widow movie in the Avengers.
And her terror of it. But you would see the Black Widow making a point that she didn't get hit, because if she went down, she was down.
She's dead. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you did was you saw in fact, it made her that much more amazing,
Yep.
that much more clever, that much more dangerous.
And you believed her fear. You believed her fear, not
Because
just
I
on
had
the,
it
on the ship.
too.
But
I
yeah.
had it too.
But you know,
and I was identifying of all the characters, I identified with her.
well, she was the most human there.
She was,
But
and I loved her.
But
And-
you know what isn't clever, Kelley, is this show.
No,
So
no,
so-
because they're all talking to themselves.
So I said there's no danger of anything happening in Loki. That is probably the lightest criticism I've had of this show since it started.
If I saw one more running down a corridor or eating at a restaurant,
But
you know,
but as
my wife and I sat there and watched this because I was going to just watch it, and she says, "Well, I'll sit there and make sure you're watching it," because it was homework.
Your wife told me that if we make you watch another episode of Loki, she's going to divorce you.
Oh Lord, I started watching it, and I'm honest. I kept thinking, well, I kept telling her the real Loki's going to show up, and boy, that'll be scary.
No.
And the real Loki, and so finally,
thing.
I'm sitting there, and she's yelling at the TV the whole time, you know, and I can't defend myself anymore. And then I just started to blame it on Gary.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to do.
We all do.
Everybody
Welcome
blames
to the
it
club.
on
I
me.
just said, Gary said I had to watch this,
Yeah.
and I have to watch this. So I kept watching it, and then what started to appear was an incredible laziness, and I started to feel like this show hates me. This show just decided to hate me,
Yes.
and it's going to do this to take away all the things I loved. And when you're writing a villain as your lead, that should be more exciting than a hero. If you're doing this, then you can explore all kinds of new different things. And there's no exploration. When he started to cry, I'm going, man, I've read every Thor comic, and all the classic period. He didn't bawl. He didn't cry.
Well, apparently we got
he
it all
made
wrong.
everybody else cry.
We got it all wrong because things apparently did happen, and thanks to Twitter, I have been served. Number one, we learned about the lives of the TV.
Were you served key lime pie?
I was. We learned about the lives of the TVA.
I understand that reference.
Okay, number one, they race swapped Frank Morris from Escape from Alcatraz because Frank Morris is now an Asian guy, so they made that. Vitamin B15 body positivity time cop, of course, was a doctor. Mobius was a guy named Don who sold
jet skis.
Jet skis. Yeah.
Right, and then I'm forgetting one because I don't care. Oh, and then there's
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
Yeah,
yes.
Failed writer.
Short round does a side gig at Caltech as a physics professor, but wants to be a sci-fi writer, and he's kind of a loser because he has to put his books in bookshops and then pretend to buy them. So all the men were losers.
And his wife left him.
And his wife left. Everybody's wife left him. Well, I mean, Frank Morris. You know, whatever. Escape from Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood. Great movie. Great movie. As far as tourism to Alcatraz, I don't know. Wasn't my favorite place to go as a tourist. I'm just going to say. All right. It's cold.
Flashbacks.
Yeah. And
It's
it
haunted,
reminded.
though. Gary, it's haunted. It has ghosts there. You should like that.
The ghosts aren't around during the day. I would like that part. They're not around during the day.
Okay.
So apparently that was a major factor that I remind you again, the penultimate episode of a 6-episode series that we waited 2 years from season 1, where nothing has fucking happened. The big reveal is we got to see some of the TVA members in their real mundane lives.
No one cares.
Very exciting.
Yeah, that's the
cared.
key right there. That his characters are boring and uninteresting. I give a crap about him, and I find this response so funny because if anyone wants to look at Gary's tweet with any level of charity, he can easily understand is saying nothing of significance happened. Right? This is just boring slop. But no, he's like, oh, I'm going to try and pretend. You mean nothing happened at all? Like the episode doesn't exist? Here's what happened. It's like he's pointing out just boring crap.
Remember when we said in episode
they removed all of Loki's powers, right? So it's like Star Trek used to run into the problem of the transporter. Well, we have to disable it so we can't solve the show quickly. So they removed all his powers, and he just became a regular guy. And I'm going, hey, he used to be able to fist fight with Thor. He used to be able to. He was an incredibly powerful character.
They've removed his powers, except when they don't.
Except when they don't. Yeah. So the second one is Loki learns to control his time slipping. How?
Yeah,
he put
that's
a
great
depends
question,
on.
Gary.
He realized that when he
reasons.
lost Sylvie, that's when he was able to do it.
Why? She's a twat.
He had to focus on people.
He's in love,
That was his explanation. Like instead of when or
storyteller.
where.
Well, she's
focus
clearly
on
not
who.
she's clearly not in love with him.
No.
It is very one-sided.
Happens to the best of us, you know.
Yes. But it's
It
very
happens a lot in the
typical for
MCU.
So
Don't I know it?
So love inspired him to figure out this gobbledygook power of being able to control his time slipping.
But also, they completely contradict what they set up, how the time slipping works.
Yep.
He jumps through time, and if he returns to a point in time where he's already there, he sees himself. But when now suddenly he knows how to time slip, he time slips back into himself in a previous thing, which completely contradicts how they set up how it works.
No. Well, I think that's what they mean by that's how he's learning to control it. So now there's not like two of them in different places. He's able to go back to a place in time where he was. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think that's what they mean by he controlled it, because then he went back to right before it happened, and then he went back to right before.
But that doesn't make sense.
Why didn't he go back 10 weeks before it happened?
So
I mean,
Why didn't he become a frost giant?
I didn't want to go back and look because I don't give a fuck, but he stopped time slipping for a very long time and then started time slipping again. Probably when the loom broke. Don't care.
Yes. Yeah.
But it was very convenient in his time slipping. He can have full conversations when he needs to, and then he'll pop away from something else.
Well, why did they make Kang so weak? I mean, Kang isn't interesting, and the origin of Kang is dull, and I found it completely anticlimactic. It was a so what thing. The whole time I'm like going, first of all, I felt the character was written terribly and not portrayed well at all. There's none of, if this is supposed to be the replacement or the inheritor of the presence of Thanos, who is terrifying, and this is supposed to be worse than Thanos, it didn't work.
Well, they got the worst part right.
Well, I think what we're supposed to think is that the Kang the Conqueror type of character that we saw in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium, that is more supposed to be the intimidating Kang, who again got defeated by fucking Ant-Man.
Yep.
But
I agree.
in terms
they just don't know how to do it.
And then these different variants, one of them is Victor Timely, who's a
maybe they're thinking about writing a joke instead of writing something threatening and filled with
what's the most formidable thing about Kang is you can't defeat him. Another one will show up. You know, there's a way you can portray that and make it scary. They just haven't done it, you know? So my favorite one is Loki had the most character growth and development since Thor.
Which Thor, I guess.
Neither of them have had any.
Okay, what you talking about? The first movie? Since Thor Love and Thunder? Since Thor Ragnarok? Like, which Thor?
I'm guessing the first one based off what they said.
His name's just Thor.
Dude,
but the first one, there's not really much.
cried.
The first one, there's not really much development. It's a reveal, right? It's revealed that Loki's actually been like behind all this shit the whole time. So like, if you want to consider that,
the second one is where he had
sure,
more
but
development. Where
we'll
Loki had more development. The second.
I agree.
We'll just say throughout the MCU, which ended with Endgame. Okay, so they've had the best character arc because he sat down and cried because Sylvie had to coax the cry out of him. She was like, straight up doing oh God, Robin Williams and what the hell is it now? Oh, you guys suck.
I don't know.
Orc and Mindy.
No, it's
Good
not.
This is
Morning,
Doubtfire.
Goodwill Hunting.
It's Goodwill Hunting. Thank you. She's pulling the
Flubber.
She's pulling the that's it. Flubber. She's pulling the flubber.
Hook.
No, Goodwill Hunting. You got it.
This is Doubtfire.
Yeah.
And,
You are the pan.
She had to convince. She's like, what are you here for? What do you want? And she had to ask the question over and over again. And then he finally goes, I want to be with my friends. And then he cries.
But were they his
felt
friends?
so
They
fake.
didn't feel like his friends at all. Nobody
No.
felt like his friends.
They're not
They
his
all-
friends. That's why.
But
They're not.
that is, but
I
Here-
hate it
all
when
right,
they
so-
tell me what I should think. I hate it when people tell me, and that's it. They weren't his friends.
Yeah, it's a type
Here's-
of gaslighting. They're trying to tell you something that the show has not
Yeah.
Yes.
like demonstrated at all. And
Yeah.
you could try and argue that maybe Morbius, everyone else is basically his jailer. Like the time cop lady. She's just been slapping him around the whole time. He should hate her.
Yeah.
But anyway,
this is one thing this is one thing I will say about that aspect. This is Loki, who was pulled out right after he failed during Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, this Loki has all he's been doing is looking to be validated his entire life, right? That's where he's at in his path, because he hasn't had his complete character arc. He got a Cliff Notes version of himself, blah blah blah. I could see a world where he feels like he has a purpose, and he feels like these people, even if they might not be his friends as we would describe them, at least there's some care level there.
That is an amazing stretch at Devil's Advocate, Ryan.
I know. I'm trying. I'm doing my
Okay,
best.
Mr. Fantastic.
I'm doing my best to defend it, but you would have to do more to show
So
us that,
much
rather
more.
than me just writing that in my head.
I
Right?
mean, the way that they just tried to give him all this character development to reset him to when he died at Thanos was just so lame and cheap. Like they would have done better if they put him in like a chair, strapped some type of brain thing, and downloaded the consciousness of when he died into him. And I could have accepted that more than him just watching a reel of a video of this timeline.
But do you ever wonder, like, if I presented this, or if I was pitching this, you have to answer every question an editor throws at you on what works, what doesn't, why are you saying this, there's a conflict here, or whatever. And I don't know if it seems like these things are in a vacuum because nobody's there. I see all these producer credits, I see all these people in charge, but it seems like nobody's doing their due diligence in saying, explain this to make it rational. So when we watch it, and fans of genre will dissect everything. So you have to have an answer for every action you do. Everything you do has to have a motivation and a reason why you did it. And if you don't, it all collapses like a house of cards. And I'm sitting there going, that's a contradiction. Do the whole show. I'm just going, I'm not even talking about whether people like it or not. It's just contradictory the whole time. And that's a fundamental problem in making anything like this, where you have got to be able to have the answer ready on why somebody does something or why they don't do something.
This is where the Marvel, the MCU way, I don't want to say the Marvel way, the MCU way has been brought up a lot, and it's been used to defend Kevin Feige, but the buck stops at his desk. So this is a producer driven show. So it's not produced by the writers. The writers are not the most significant things. The directors are not the most significant things. It's producer notes are the most significant things. We're going to put this hodgepodge of a script and then rely on our producer notes. And it's people now reporting, instead of Kevin Feige looking over it directly, like when he did with, like, there was 2 or 3 movies out. He has a team of people who report back to him with these notes. And you can absolutely tell, like, no creativity goes into this at all. And it's also producer notes that come from DEI. And the foundation of all of this, Kelley, is their stupid adherence to the message. Nobody will ever fucking bring it up. I'll bring it up over and over again till it gets through to everybody. Why this is failing is you could easily make a good Loki show. Somebody knows a little bit about Loki, goes, all right, we're going to have him going through time so we can make it like a Doctor Who, and the semi-selfish Loki goes through time trying to fix time, but still trying to be Loki at the same time. It would be a show that worked. People would love it.
I don't think
fix it
the
if
Loki
he was
show.
fixing it towards his own ends.
Yes.
To his own, to where Loki
Being
does get
the
everything.
god of mischief, outsmarting everybody. Yes.
Nobody does anything for Loki. Loki does it himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Loki had
Well,
a
the
great
other
arc,
aspect, the
and
aspect
he's
of this
boring
character
now.
the aspect of this character that they've completely eschewed is his petulance. Loki was a petulant child. He was the redheaded stepchild once he found out that he was not the born of Odin. And that was one of the things that always the conflict was between Thor, who was the prodigal child, and we had Loki, who was this petulant pain in the ass, who felt like he never was loved, even though his Odin and his brother loved him dearly, and it was his own selfishness that kept them and their relationships at bay.
And that's interesting.
That was the Loki that was
yeah,
really
and that's
cool
interesting. And you can do a lot with that.
Yeah.
And you can
Yeah,
build a whole
conflict.
universe on that.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
when we look at this claim, Loki had the most character growth and development since Thor. In this episode, they're claiming, I'm like, do you realize what's happening? They're getting fooled by the fake veneer of emotion, like oh, he's sad, he's saying he misses his friends and everything like that, and the show is trying to tell you, look, this is meaningful, but nothing actually meaningful is happening when you look at the substance.
No, that's why I kept waiting for real Loki to show up. That when that was going on, I thought, oh, Dark Loki will show, or real Loki will show, or something where it will shatter all that, and we'll realize why he's been an eternal, lifelong enemy of not just Thor and not just Asgard, of everybody, because like Graham said, he's this petulant, hurt god, and never do you get across that he's a god in this.
No, not at all. No, not the slightest.
I think you'll find that he's a vegan male that is very emotional and cries because his girlfriend doesn't want to be his girlfriend. Now that is character development.
That's what I want out of Marvel. No, so okay, for one, the girlfriend's himself, but so I mean, just because this person could put a sentence together, they're not sincere about this. This is about like just owning people. They don't care that these are reply guys. But I think it's a great example to show like what didn't happen in the movie. I think this person, or in the show, I think this person really puts it out there, especially when we saw many timelines and universes. We saw the front of a McDonald's. We saw a fake beach in front of an Alcatraz. We saw a record store in the 70s, right, or early 80s. Yeah. We saw a doctor's office. We saw
Multiverse of Madness, right? Going through all those universes, at least there's like weird shit going on and stuff like that. They have the opportunity to do stuff like that in this.
Yep.
It's just generic 70s.
Ryan, we saw a line vanish and we're told trillions of people just died.
Ryan, we saw a jet ski salesman's office.
And his house.
And his house. Okay. So
not
we saw
just his house, his garden.
Many timelines and universes. None of it featuring any Marvel characters or anything, just stupid mundane shit. But that factually is correct. It's just none of it was compelling. You can get rid of it now.
Many timelines died to bring you this entertainment.
It's so uncreative. But they had an opportunity.
Make a movie about it.
They had an opportunity to be clever and creative as to where these characters came from. You have all of time, like past, future, but they're all from like what, the 80s, and just in boring jobs.
90. I think current day. I think it said with Mobius 2022. But the thing is, you don't want to know where they came from, because that's the whole point of them. Is they've been pulled out of time from wherever they may be to do this job for the TVA, to be brainwashed or whatever. I mean, everybody seems to fall into this job pretty easily. They don't seem to be particularly bothered about killing billions of people on the reg, but don't worry about that. They seem to, but no, we shouldn't know these things. And because what happens is what exactly happened in the show. They weren't interesting. None of them were fucking interesting. And if it was trying to say, well, look, they were just regular people who got pulled away, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Ryan, last week we said you could just end season 1 and start season 2 right now.
You can still say
could
that.
have exactly.
Yeah, they haven't achieved a thing. Like the end of this episode, he goes back in time, and they're still trying to fix that stupid retarded loom plot device bull crap.
The loom.
Yeah, like we thought, like what he's about to have to deal with in this final episode is what we thought he was going to have to deal with at the start of the season.
Yes.
All I know is that I'm utterly jealous of Graham right now because he did not have to go through this time.
You can't make me do homework.
Oh man, I am so jealous.
I've been saying that to Gary all the time.
Yeah, I
You can't
can.
make me do this.
Yeah, I can.
I'm telling you right now, Gary, I ain't fucking watching a season 3. Not that I think there will be.
You know what I watched instead? Dragged Across Concrete.
That would have been better. I would have rather been dragged across concrete than watch it, but I still watched it.
That was a good movie.
I mean, I did watch something in addition that was just recently released. Has anyone checked out the first episode of Invincible season 2?
Nope.
No, not yet.
It was okay. It wasn't great. It didn't have the punch of the episode 1 of season 1, but
what's up, baby boy?
Hey.
You're making more sense than your dad.
He's the one that loves pineapple on pizza.
He's saying a lot more than I am right now.
That's true. Hey, Kelley, you just got a compliment from Mark Millar on Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah, he just
What
retweeted
did he say?
you. He said, "This is some of the best work ever, Kelley. The composition of that first panel, wow."
Well, I love Mark.
Hail Mark Millar.
That's very nice. I'll have to thank him.
Mark's a good dude.
Yeah.
Mark's a good dude.
That Ripperverse loving bastard. Ooh.
I know. Hey, but like everybody turned into spaghetti, so it reminded everybody of Endgame. It was better than Endgame because everybody turned to spaghetti. The record shop, the window, everybody. I
was really hoping Sylvie would.
I was kind of hoping everybody would turn to spaghetti and just go away forever, but it didn't happen. So, of course, we're 5 episodes into a 6-episode season, and Loki says he's going to rewrite the story. He's going to rewrite the story, and then this is going to set everything up for the multiversal madness of the rest of the Marvel phase 5 at this point, where only one of the movies is finished, and we don't know when they're going to come out.
Stage 5.
Stage 5.
I do believe what was supposed to come out first, Deadpool 3 or Captain Black America Falcon. I can't remember.
Captain Black America Falcon.
Deadpool was supposed to come out.
Deadpool was supposed to come out first, and then Black Captain America was supposed to come out in like July or something. But and I still think that's the way it's set up, and they haven't officially changed anything. But the rumor is they're likely to change Black Captain New World Order America to
Falcon
May
Panther
release date and push Deadpool back because they're not done with Deadpool.
Should have kept it at New World Order too. That would have been fucking cool. I would have showed up with my NWO
Should
shirt.
have kept it at fucking Steve Rogers, but there you go.
Oh,
fuck that. That's not the Marvel way. Come on.
Before we move away from Loki, I just want to share something that also annoyed me. It's a small thing, but I love like hard science fiction. I want my plot devices to make sense. The fact that Ouroboros could just make a TemPad in a couple of years,
18 months.
19 months.
A device that can move through space and time. I just like piss off. Like I could try and accept the TVA. Maybe the TVA is just some type of projection in three-dimensional space when they actually die, like it's an actual fourth-dimensional kind of reality entity that's getting energy from unknown regions, and their devices are just interface devices to the loom, which is this crazy powerful thing that's destroyed now, and Ouroboros could just make this thing that is insanely powerful, one of the most crazy pieces of technology that the MCU has ever seen, in a couple of months, whatever. He just made it. I was like, oh.
He had all the plans to it.
Yeah, he did have the guide.
Yeah, the entire guidebook. So he had all the plans to it. And also, to be fair, with considering the way all the technology looks in the TVA, it seems like it's like a 80s time frame anyway. So I would buy that that's where the era that it was originally created, like that type of shit. I don't know.
Where's the
But you're 100% right, though. The fact that it's not so much about the fact that it took 18 months. It's about the way that it was shown, that Loki just leaves them, pops over to Mobius, and then all of a sudden he's there. And he's like, I got it done. 18 months, 19 months. Maybe my wife left me or whatever.
I'm a loser. I'm a bum. I wish I was a doctor.
Like I would have, I could have accepted more. Maybe exactly execution. Like he built his okay, so I've built it, but there's nothing that I have that can power this thing. I basically need a nuclear reactor, and then the episode could be then.
And it is kind of big though. Like it's a massive fucking tempad. It's not small, right? So it like the problem was it was there, but there's not like the execution is fucking horrific with it. That's how I think
it is.
It's there by magic, and I just like
it's a blatant ripoff of Doctor Who, of Matt Smith.
Yes.
Doctor Who at the end of
Doctor
at the
Who?
end of season 5, exactly. The
Yes.
Pandora opens, and then you know,
Matt Damon
he has to jump back, and I gotta write that note. So he's got the he's got his dude. I'm so sick. How do I not know that? It's the dirtiest form of time travel.
Time skipping, time slipping,
Captain Jack's
hyperspace skipping.
Vortex,
Time bounce. It was
vortex manipulator.
Vortex
Vortex
manipulation. That's it. Yeah.
manipulator. God damn.
Oh yeah,
I was about
I'm
to say
losing it.
J.J. Abrams. That could have summed it up for you.
A vortex manipulator
was right on the tip
is
of my
J.J.
tongue.
Abrams. that is a very good description of him.
But like,
vacuous.
let's compare this to Iron Man.
Summer's
Like
Day.
the first
Oh.
Iron Man film, that had such just it felt so much more
Let's not.
believable.
Hey,
no, but
Shad,
like
Shad,
one of the big things
Shad. We have cats now. Okay, we
Oh,
have
okay,
cats
all
now.
right.
We don't need Tony Stark. We don't need Robert Downey Jr. We just need a poster with cats and cat live streams.
Oh, they need Robert Downey Jr. That's why they're going to bring his ass back and roll him out on a fucking wheelchair.
So is that real? The cat live stream
The
is
Marvel,
real.
did a, Marvel did a pussy
8-hour
live
stream.
8-hour stream where the chat was open and like, I mean, I didn't, I went.
Are
in
there a lot of cats in this? Is it like cats are in it?
The
What's the
Flurkins,
Flurkin?
there's like a whole bunch of Flurkins who look like cats. Yeah.
I think to be fair, they're trying to do like an adoption event.
Okay.
But yeah, that was still.
Did you
dumb.
guys see the part? So they were showing. So it was supposed to be an unboxing, and then of course they're showing Funko Pops, and it's like they frame the camera at everybody's crotch, so it looks like somebody's like having sex with the Funko Pop. But my favorite part was they brought out the Flurkin, and the girl brought out the Flurkin and put it right at her crotch, and has she starts squeezing the pussy, and the flirk and the shit starts coming out of the mouth, and I was dying. Oh my god, I was dying.
What?
Yes, there's a part where she gets a toy Flurkin and puts it right in front of her cooch and starts squeezing it, and I'm just fucking dying.
Oh no!
Whose fucking dog shit internet is this?
That
Fucking
would be-
Canada.
that was
Canada.
Canada.
It's mine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I bet that Funko Pop sells well.
you know what? I was very nice. When I was in the chat, I just said Disney Marvel is saved, and to be fair, this cat live stream is going to be better than Marvel's. That's the only thing I said. I didn't troll hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I called the cats scabs.
Are Funko Pop on the verge of bankruptcy?
Maybe. I would imagine.
They are.
Why is Canadian internet so bad? Is Justin Trudeau taking up all the bandwidth watching gay porn? Like, what the
Yes.
fuck?
It's probably just as good as Spectrum internet here in fucking Orlando.
How do you guys not have fiber in Orlando?
Just depends where you're at. It goes
yeah.
neighborhood by neighborhood.
Is it hard to like lay cable in the fucking swamp or something like that? Like what's the
Yes.
deal?
Yes.
It just takes a long time to
keep
do
eating
things,
it.
Gary.
To be
Okay.
fair, Orlando was one of the blue areas in fucking Florida. So
Well,
there you
no,
go.
to be fair, in North County, San Diego, they didn't have it. It was nowhere.
Yeah.
And but I get to Texas, it's all ready to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Then imagine as soon as they did start doing work, I would just start complaining that there's like fucking construction going on somewhere. I'd start bitching about that.
Well,
so.
yeah, when they start doing the work, they cut your cable line like once a month. They do. It's kind of annoying. But where did Az go? He fell down in his chair and left.
What does irritate me is when I like go
doing
to
a
a
thing.
fucking when I go to a fucking hotel and I get like a better upload speed at a hotel. Like that fucking does piss
That
me
is
off.
irritating as hell. But then you go to a hotel and you can't do a Friday Night Tights episode at all. Like happened a couple weeks ago.
One of our best episodes.
One of our best episodes.
That was funny. That was hilarious.
Not hurt at all about that at all. Didn't hurt my feelings. Didn't hurt my feelings.
But to finish that analogy I was trying to make, because Iron Man, one of the core like things of the first Iron Man is that he discovered a new power source that was fundamental, and then that could power the suit. And one of the issues of trying to replicate the technology is that they didn't have the power source, and it grounded that film and made just like the technological basis of what it's actually built on believable and immersive. And now in Loki, they just it's magic. It's just there, and it's comes off as cheap, lazy, and unbelievable, and it's just get lost with this.
No, and all this happens after Into the Pandaverse, which definitely focused on Kathleen Kennedy, but we know like most of the offenses that they point out are from Marvel right now. Like even with like Star Wars, right? Sure, they've genders. I don't think. Ryan, how many characters have they gender swapped in Star Wars?
Well, it just depends. I mean, I would argue that Rogue One is a gender swap story. That's Kyle Katarn, baby.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
And to be fair, race swapped. I guess we want to get into Cassian Andor, but not much though. I understand what you're saying. Like Kathleen Kennedy was just a catch-all for woke Hollywood. That's what the criticism really was all about. And they used Kathleen Kennedy as the scapegoat for it.
Yeah, I mean,
now you could say when it does come to storytelling,
yes,
it might not be gender swapping or whatever, but add a woman to it, make it lame.
It's intersectional feminism all the way.
Yeah,
I mean, it has been.
yeah.
Gary,
yeah,
Gary.
Honest question. Please tell me the difference between MCU and sticking a woman in it and make it laying game.
Laying game?
Laying game?
Laying game.
I said Jeremy! I stand by it!
You could have said like laying game. Actually, that's actually yo. What's up? I'm gonna be laying game.
It does. And make it woman.
Sounds like you're
lame.
picking up chicks, dude.
Yeah,
I'm laying
like
game out there.
Put a woman in it and make her gay and lame is MCU. It's the very definition of it.
It's exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. So South Park have essentially just taken MCU and turned it into lame and gay.
No.
So
yes, they have, and yes to the well. I mean, it's not a really accurate question, but whatever. We know they were going after us too. We mentioned it in every single one of our videos. We're like, yep, they went after us. Good, absolutely, because you're supposed to when you are a parody, you want to make everything absurd. That's the whole point. And the whole point
you're making hyperbolized arguments on both sides of a hot button issue. That's absolutely what it was. And like I haven't seen. I'll be fair. I've seen some people, like some weirdos, trying to deny that was the case, and they were just going after. No, that's not the case. They went after both sides.
They did.
No, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like one of my favorite episodes of South Park is the Michael Jackson episode. I'm a massive Michael Jackson fan, and I think everything against Michael's bullshit with all the allegations. That is a fucking hilarious episode. It's fantastic. You know what I mean? Everything they do to make fun of him. Some of the best episodes.
I'm on Team Kanye.
Kanye's episode is fantastic.
Kanye loves fish sticks.
Gay fish. Yeah. It's so good. So I don't care who South Park's making fun of, because no one typically is off limits for South Park. That's the beauty of South Park. And I said from the very first time I covered the South Park episode that, yeah, of course they were taking shots at pretty much everybody. And I was like, the only side that's going to be offended over it is the Disney fan side. They're the ones that are going to be really upset about this.
That's key, because like take a look at who this episode is upsetting, right? Because the shots that they took at our side, for me, were just clear, obvious parody, and it's fun. Like, I don't think Gary is actually afraid that Kathleen Kennedy is hiding under his bed, right? And so everyone kind of knows that that's just hyperbolized parody, whatever. Yet the shots they took at Disney, it hurts them because they know there's a strong vein of truth in every single criticism they laid on the other side. And so that's why what I see coming out of, their approach to, both sides there.
Everybody should be getting made fun of.
Yeah.
That's how the fucking world should operate. Everybody should get roasted, especially me. But I mean, look at like how much shit we talk to each other here. Like that, when you start creating protective classes that can't get made fun of, do you know what happens? They get made fun of even more.
Yep.
That's essentially what happens.
Trans people.
I was going to say trans Twitter, you mean?
That's just how it works. That's how it all operates. We'll learn the internet. That's how it goes.
It's
So,
real
I
equality.
was making fun of Jeremy's fucking hillbilly haircuts he gives himself. this
Well, yeah, I
morning.
mean, I think it's gay to worry about what your fucking hair looks like. I don't give a shit. I'm 40 years old. I don't give a
Oh
fuck
my
what my hair
God.
looks
If my
like.
face looked like yours, I would give up too.
Okay. Yeah, and listen. If you're judging me, that's a personal problem for you to worry about. But I don't give a shit what my hair looks like. I'm not gonna wake up and worry about my hair.
Oh my God.
Director
Yeah, well-
X.
Is that your Halloween costume? What is that?
Oh wow. See you next Tuesday.
As you misspelled it.
Can you see through
You
it?
misspelled it. It's an R instead of an N.
Not my fault. I did everything correct.
Director X is a Kurt. What?
Oh, that's meant to say. Oh, that's not meant to say that.
Just kidding. It's spelled right.
Hey,
Oh, you can't hear me.
Brian, you know who worries about what their hair looks like? Women.
Well, I
You know
mean,
who
listen.
doesn't worry what their
I
hair
got a
looks like?
compliment in chat. I got a
fucking
compliment in chat
cares?
from Carolyn. She's like, "Hey, Ryan's haircut looks nice." I'm like, "Thank you." And someone says, "Jeremy took him and Jay to the barber," and I said, "I would never trust any barber."
I've never
that Jeremy
gone to
told
a
me go
barber. I
to."
don't trust
Yeah,
any
I
fucking body
know.
to cut my hair.
Yeah, because you trust yourself in a mirror. I know.
You're goddamn right.
That's why I said I would never.
I'm a man. I'm not gonna pay somebody to cut my hair.
Yeah,
That's
that,
what
yes,
women
that is why.
do.
That is why he wears the hat, extra girl. Yes.
Women. I wear hats because I'm a fucking man. I like
He's
wearing
got
hats.
sheep that are jealous of his hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait,
The reality of it is if I actually did not wear my hat and did something with my hair, I would get a lot more attention than you, Ryan. That's what probably hurts you more is the fact that you work on your fucking hair, and I don't give a shit about mine. And all I would have to do is care. I would have to care one. I would have to put 1% of the effort into my hair that you put into yours, and I would get far more attention if I did that. I just don't give a fuck.
You should start doing something with your hair. You should go to the barber for the first time in your life.
Well, that's like saying just start sucking dick. I don't care.
It's Jeremy, totally. Going to the barber is the equivalent of
men don't care about their hair.
Dude, barbershops are cool.
real
What are you
quick.
fucking
I'm just
talking about?
Barbershops are great. Yeah.
Men don't give a shit about their hair. Nobody cares.
Graham, what do you think about this?
Yeah, Graham, we need your expertise.
Graham had a.
You guys are all hair fags.
No. Graham had a beautiful head of hair when I met him. It was beautiful. It was
So
soft. It was beautiful. He went to a stylist, and I had to say I was very impressed. He put us all to shame.
I
Great.
never had great hair.
I
started
Graham
shaving
had
it
great
off
hair.
during
It had
COVID.
this
There you go.
kind of auburny color to it. It was awesome.
You were drinking again because that's
man.
not how I remember it.
We all got together and said Graham won the good hair
Hey,
contest.
dude,
We were in
I was
San
all
Diego.
all about the number 2 Clippers. That was it until
Man.
Melissa came around and made
Can
me
I
all
just say,
fancy.
I didn't have
Everything, I
Graham
just
Nolan.
said, screw it.
I didn't have Graham Nolan down as the person who was going to say British cigarette on the panel. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Az, what did you look like with hair?
I got pictures.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he looks like he's got like blonde hair. He looks like this nice innocent kid
Blonde.
that got into comic books and just hung around
Got
with the
into
wrong
comic
crowd.
books, bigotry, white supremacy, and
Yeah,
racism.
you know,
Comics are a gateway.
Comics are a
You're
gateway.
It's a pipeline, didn't you know?
Hey, you see, Ryan, they haven't. Samba TV has not put out any fucking numbers for Loki at all. But
They don't put out numbers for everything.
They don't.
So it's not like.
But you think Loki
Is there
would
a
be
reason why they
significant-
don't?
Because they're low. I'm guessing they're low.
Well, I mean, it's not like they were afraid to do it with Ahsoka. Ahsoka's numbers were really fucking low as well.
Yeah.
They did that. So
My
Finale.
question
they
is,
just don't put things out for everything. I don't know why or
Okay.
what, because in some reports, they'll tell you exactly what the premiere and the finales were for all the Star Wars shit, but they just don't, like, maybe you have to subscribe to them in some way to get some of that
Probably.
information. That
If
potentially
you're the
could
media,
be it.
yeah, I'm not gonna do
Right.
it.
So, because that's that's how they make
That's
money.
how they
I
make
think.
money.
But
Yeah, they're number
I'm
8.
not sure.
They're number 8 on their streaming list, so Loki just dropped quite a
For
bit.
this week, it doesn't tell you the numbers, but it is showing you their top 10 chart, and Netflix is just dominating with a bunch of their new releases.
Yeah.
You mean the Binge model platform is? Wow.
Well, with their new releases, they don't stay up for long, but they're there.
Yeah.
That's a bit like me in bed.
Yeah.
like old dads just got
As much
released.
as I hate to
next
point
week.
this out, that Loki is still charting on Nielsen, and One Piece isn't.
Yeah,
One Piece
but
is objectively better.
What's more
should have-
successful? What's more successful?
Well, One Piece would have been more successful. Like
Maybe
stratosphere.
not. You don't know that.
No, I
You
know
don't
it.
know that.
I absolutely
Yeah,
know
we
it.
do.
No,
you don't.
Jeremy,
You
what's-
literally
what's
said
the
it took
thing
you 4
say?
episodes to get into it. You told me it
what's
took
the
you
thing
4
you
episodes
say?
to get
If
into
something's
it.
good, it's good. People will watch it anyway, especially if it's
Right.
weekly.
That's right. My point being is what's dominating? Netflix. All the weekly models, nobody gives a shit about
Wait,
anything
Netflix
coming out.
No, but
dominates-
the
Netflix
point is that we
dominates-
talked about One Piece for 1, maybe 2 weeks.
Yep.
Whereas
Bro,
we're talking
Five
about all
Nights at
this
Freddy's
stuff.
is dominating at the fucking box office, and we're talking about Loki.
We talked
Five
about
Nights
it.
at Freddy's is making more money than any film in recent memory. We're talking about Loki.
We
So
talked
we
about
don't
Five
talk
Nights
about
at
things
Freddy's.
that-
We talked about Five Nights at
about
Freddy's
shitty
this
Marvel
week.
and shitty Star Wars.
When it was
regardless.
relevant.
We would talk about shitty Marvel, shitty Star Wars if it was weekly or if it was binge. We would talk about it. That's what we do.
Yeah, but the thing
I
is,
would rather
it
talk
is-
about
it is
Five Nights at
wild
Freddy's
that-
right now. I've
that's
seen
got
Five Nights
nothing
at Freddy's
to do-
twice.
It's
I
got
could do
nothing to do with
Jonathan
the
Majors.
actual fucking
Calm
argument, which is
down.
the only reason you brought it up.
No,
Calm
it's
down.
not.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
the argument is we'd still be talking about One Piece because
We should still be talking about One Piece right now. What's stopping us?
it's not in the
Let's talk
zeitgeist
about One
anymore
Piece.
because they released it all at once. That's
What's
why.
stopping us?
It's not
I'll
my
talk about
fault.
One Piece right now. Let's talk about it. I fuck this Loki bullshit. I haven't watched it. I don't give a fuck about Marvel. Let's talk about One Piece and Five Nights at Freddy's right now.
No.
Oh, okay, then. Well, then don't sit there and tell me that people aren't talking about it. You don't want to talk about it.
Jeremy, I have a 30-minute fucking video on One Piece. You can go watch that.
Okay,
I sat
that's
down and edited a
fine.
30 fucking minute video.
my
with
point
Kelley.
being
We
is
spent
that
a month on it. What's your favorite part?
We could be talking about One Piece right now. No one's stopping us.
No. The weekly
Nobody is
model is
stopping us.
stopping. We are driven by the zeitgeist of entertainment,
No,
Jeremy.
you
so yes.
are. I'm not.
No, like Loki's son.
I'm sorry,
not.
what?
He's still
Are-
talking
are-
about
AI
it.
boy, shut the
I'm
fuck
gonna
up, AI boy.
get the fuck out of here,
We
Jeremy.
we can
I'm
talk
not
about it
driven by
right now.
trends.
What's stopping us
Shut
from
the
talking about
fuck
One
up.
Piece? What's stopping us?
I like
What is
party
there?
animals.
What is there to talk? The thing is, what is there to talk about with One
Hey,
Piece?
that's the same thing I can ask about
That's-
Loki. What is there to talk about? It's dog shit. It's Marvel.
It just came out.
Yes, a new episode just came out, and we covered
And
it.
nobody cares about it.
Like your Five Nights at Freddy's thing is that's relevant
Hi,
because it's
Kelley.
here now.
Graham, how
I
you
don't
doing?
care about Five Nights at Freddy's. I've never played the video game. I'm not even into horror movies, so it's not a particularly compelling thing for me to care about. But
Right.
if you're asking why aren't we talking about One Piece first, why aren't we talking about
I
why are
didn't
we
bring
talking about
One
Loki?
Piece
Loki
up. You
just
guys brought it up.
No,
Loki
you
just-
brought up.
You're making
Fucking
that argument
Five Nights at
literally
Freddy's.
right.
You said no one's talking about
Jeremy,
One Piece.
you
I
You're
said
making
we
the
could.
argument right
We
now, which is
could.
why I brought this up
I
now.
said
And
no
what I'm
one is
telling
stopping
you-
us from talking about One Piece. No one. We can
No.
talk about it every week.
But then you ask, why aren't we talking about it now? You asked that
Yes.
question. I'm trying to fucking answer that question.
Yes.
And the
Why
answer is,
aren't we?
what is there to talk about with One Piece in
A
the
lot
stream?
more than there is to talk about with Loki.
You wouldn't. First of all, you wouldn't know.
You
I
haven't
didn't watch
watched One
Loki.
Piece.
I haven't watched One Piece. But
Okay.
why don't you guys who did watch it tell me what there's to talk about now, 5 weeks after the fact? We've got no new material out when we're doing a fucking topical news show. Like,
I've
what are
been
you
making
talking
Last
about?
Jedi videos for 4 years.
Now, I would have
When's
loved.
the last Jedi video you made? Jeremy?
Yesterday. Yesterday. Literally yesterday.
You compare
Ryan.
it to what? Something that we just got news about for Ahsoka?
No.
What would you compare it to?
I was tying in the fact that was the beginning of the bot army bullshit.
No, well, I didn't watch that video.
Of course you didn't.
But
So there
it's
you
still-
go. I made a Last
whoa,
Jedi video yesterday.
Jeremy, was it based on something topical? Yes, because Gina Carano
Yes.
just put out a tweet. You fucking idiot! You don't. You fucking make up arguments and then just have them go out in circles. I don't follow trends, although you literally say
I
go
just
to what's
created
trending before I make a video. Something I don't
I just
do.
created a One Piece discussion right now. I just created one for the past 5 minutes.
No,
No,
you
but
didn't.
I would have liked.
Did we just talk about One Piece for 5 minutes? Yes or no?
we didn't.
Yes,
One
we
Piece
did.
was used, but we didn't talk about it.
No.
Welcome to every video we make. We use one little thing and then we build the narrative out of it. Don't act like that's not what we
I
do.
don't build a narrative. I
You're
give
on
my
absolute
opinion.
fucking.
You are hard.
What we do. You've made the same fucking video on the same topic at least 7 times a week, Ryan. And you're going to act like we don't do that.
I talk about I talk
Larson
about
says one fucking thing and we make a whole video out of it. That's what we do.
I talk about things that are in the news, and when something comes out that's an update to that, I talk about it, Jeremy. And guess what? If fucking there were more episodes of One Piece coming out and I cared about something like that or something that was topical to that, I would be talking about that, but it's not. In the same way, I'm not. In the same way that I did not make a Mission Impossible video for months after it came out, after I talked about it flopping, until there was something very topical in the news about it. When it got fucking delayed, the next one got delayed. So then I fucking talked about it because it's topical in the news. I made a couple videos about that. And if I cared more about that genre, I'd probably make more. But I saw it was doing the box office. I made 1 or 2 videos about it, and I'm not very interested in that. So I didn't make any more videos about it.
It's interesting that it did well at the box office. I don't know shit about it, and I don't care. No, I don't.
Why?
I'm glad it made. I'm glad it's doing well.
It's a movie that the fans were respected.
That's good.
The creator of it's a
really
Trump supporter,
but it's not something I'm in.
It made $130 million on a $20 million
I know
budget.
your angle is the Trump supporter, and that's great. It sucks that he got fucking canceled for that. I think that's fucking retarded. I think it's interesting, but I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to sit there and make a video especially if I don't see the movie. You know,
right? But that's what I'm saying.
My
you
kid
should go see the
it.
movie.
My kid
but you
absolutely
should
loves
go see it. You should go see it and review it because it's decent. It's decent. It's not the greatest thing ever.
That's not selling me.
I get that, but all I can do is be honest. Like
eventually.
it's not the greatest movie ever, but it's decent. And $20 million budget making $130 million opening weekend is a fucking massive win, especially when the fans are they appreciate what they're doing.
So who
and
produced
they even
the
said,
movie? Was it Blumhouse?
Blumhouse.
Hang on. Who just made that shit fucking hang on. Who just made that shit Exorcist movie? The same Blumhouse that spent
I don't know if they made that.
Yeah, the very same.
But the key
shit Exorcist movie. Yeah, okay.
But the key was and I don't know how involved the creator Scott Cawthon was, but he clearly was involved in Five Nights at Freddy's. So that obviously is going to change the dynamic.
My favorite part of the new Exorcist movie is when mom was kept out of the exorcism because of the patriarchy. That was my favorite part.
I didn't go see that one.
There you go.
Why? I mean, the first one is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one is a perfect.
It's one of the greatest horror movies ever made.
If not the greatest horror movie ever made.
It's just a great movie. Horror notwithstanding, it's a great movie.
Yeah. It doesn't have any phony baloney scares. It doesn't have that little gotcha moment at the end where Reagan turns around, you see the devil in her eyeball. No, she's out. She's done. Good one.
Yep.
The Catholic Church won.
Yeah, I hate Exorcist 2, but I love Exorcist 3, which Orson Scott.
3 is good too.
3 is a good movie.
I don't think I've seen. I don't think I've seen.
Church won.
I don't think the second or the third one. I just remember the first one.
You know what? Skip the second one. Watch the third one. It's
third one.
Truly good. It's a truly good movie.
So the third Exorcist is actually good.
It's outstanding.
Yes.
George
It's written and directed by the
and
guy who
Brad
wrote the book.
are outstanding.
Yeah.
In fact, George C. Scott is so good in it. You're wondering how did they get lucky enough to cast him,
dude?
But he's not as good as Lee J. Cobb.
Well, Lee J.
Cobb is the shit.
They totally missed out on that whole like he's a fanboy of film and stuff, you know, because when he meets Reagan's mother and he says, "Oh, would you sign this for my granddaughter? What's her name?" And he's like, well, it's actually for me.
Yeah.
I love that.
And you know, he kind of believes what's going on as it goes. He starts to think this is not just simple some human agencies involved.
Brad Dourif is so fucking good in it.
A good horror movie.
And
is
I
probably
can't
the hardest
get through
thing
the
to
Spinal Tap scene. The Spinal Tap thing, I have to look away every time.
Ooh, that's
a good horror movie is probably the hardest thing to make. There's so few and far between.
Like a truly great horror movie and a truly great comedy are two of the hardest. Like comedy's the toughest, I think.
Yeah,
I think horror is harder, but I don't know. I mean, if you have a strong comedian, it makes the comedy easier, but horror is just so much different. Like I think Conjuring's fantastic. It's probably one of the true great ones in recent times.
It's a PG-13, and yet it's one of the few movies where the hairs on my arm go up.
Well, they made it. They made it without a lot of special effects. They counted on their actors and their writers to.
That's why Five Nights at Freddy's. That's why Five Nights at Freddy's is so good to me. There's no special effects in it.
Yeah,
there's none. Yeah. It's all practical. Everything's from what I could tell anyway, and it feels authentic. It feels like it was made
Well,
in the 80s.
I think it's amazing that it did so well while it was streaming. So it blew that whole day and date argument just out of the fucking water. It's like if you make something good enough, people want to go see it in the theater, especially if you release it right around Halloween. Really smart move. Yeah. People wanted to go, and you could have watched it on Peacock the same day, but they went to the theaters instead. I thought that was cool. It was very cool. Yeah, and they made their money back in like a couple hours.
I think there'd be an interesting argument if it was on like Netflix, or something that is massive that almost everybody has. Nobody has Peacock. Peacock has like 20 million. So do I. I didn't even know I had it, but it has like 20 million subscribers.
I agree.
But it was still huge. I mean, it pulled like 500,000 households over the weekend, like on Peacock.
Do you know why?
Which has a insignificant number of subs compared to like Disney Plus or Netflix or whatever.
I think Twisted Metal was on Peacock, right?
That's why you had it?
No, the only reason I had it, Ryan, you know the reason I had it. This is going to be, I'm basically coming out of the closet, sounding super gay right now, too.
You watched Grease, the Pink Ladies.
No, Harry Potter, the TV versions are on Peacock.
You're right. You're right. Actually, with all the deleted extended scenes
and the weird
the weird fade to black fucking transitions are in everything.
Yep.
I have Peacock because the WWE Network is tied into it, so I can watch all my old school wrestling.
That's cool.
When's the Von Erichs out? Iron Claw.
December,
mid-December.
I think it's late December.
Fucking good.
I think it's late December.
Silent Night's coming out in a month or something like that, which looks really good. Joel Kinnaman basically playing the Punisher during Christmas.
I think Von Erich. I think the Von Erich movie Iron Claw could be the movie of the year for me.
Over Ferrari. Michael Mann's Ferrari? Come on, that looks pretty fucking good.
It's just because it's wrestling, and just going back to the Sportatorium in Dallas, and all the stories I've heard about everything that happened. And Zac Efron looks like he's going to crush it in that role. He looks like the Incredible Hulk.
He does.
Fucking
he
crazy.
Looks like Lou Ferrigno. He does. Good for him. Good for him.
I've always thought Zac Efron had a lot of star power, but he's never actually. Like he's always done like lower, like it's almost like how Robert Pattinson after Twilight did a lot of.
He would have been a good
shit.
Warlock if they introduced Warlock before they ended Thanos. You know.
But what is Zac Efron's like big thing like Pattinson had?
Penis.
High School Musical.
High School Musical.
That's what I was asking. That's the only thing that like people knew him from, really.
Well, that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So Zac Efron, it seems like he's done a lot of lower tier stuff like Robert Pattinson did. Now I don't know if it's for the same reasons, and I don't know if this is true. I just remember when he got cast as Batman, I had a lot of people tell me that, hey, Pattinson actually tried to hone his craft and kind of did like a lot of lower budget stuff to try to cleanse the palette of the image of Twilight, and then he's going to take more serious roles later. If that's the case, that's a pretty damn good career move. I don't know if that's what Zac Efron did, but I've always felt like he would be a bigger star as time goes on. So I guess we'll see.
Zac Efron went and did Baywatch and like what was that Hugh Jackman circus one?
That musical. That was
Greatest Show in the World. Or
Greatest Showman.
Showman.
Like, he's been doing a lot more like mainstream shit. Honestly,
that is true.
He did that
He
one
also
with.
got jacked, so he looks
with-
different too.
He did Neighbors with
Bad Neighbors was good.
Was that
What was the one he did with De
Uh,
Niro? He did one with De Niro.
I don't remember, but there was
Something
one like
Bad
like
Grandpa.
one.
Or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Bad Grandpa.
Yeah, that's true. That is.
I don't
true.
know
So
if he's been honing his craft as much as like Lighthouse or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. You know, we'll see what happens, but I think that movie's gonna be fantastic either way. And
Looks good.
It probably won't do a ton at the box office. I don't know. I can't imagine.
Streaming? Is it a streaming movie as well?
Not to my knowledge. Have you heard if it's gonna be on streaming? The Iron Claw.
I haven't been paying any attention to you. Sorry.
So Iron Claw, is it streaming?
I don't know. I thought it was just cinema.
I thought it was cinema coming out in the cinema. We'll find out.
It's still probably won't
hey,
do
the
a lot.
strike is still going on.
Except for Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, Film Actors Guild strike is going on.
She got a note from a doctor.
The nanny is urging the CEOs to come out. So they're working on a deal and they're close, but the CEOs are just fucking making them wait now at this point. They're just fucking with them, which is kind of funny. So we have Gina Carano has been dropping bombs. We saw the first couple of them were directed at Kathleen Kennedy. Very cathartic things she's been holding on to for a long time. Some people already knew some of this stuff. Some people didn't. It's been great to see. I think she just finally said, fuck it. And now we have more. Now the HBO Max Casey Bloys thing, I think the actual act that he committed to go after people, I don't give a shit about that. I like, honestly, I don't even care.
It was not the army of bots as it's like being described. It was like basically like he has a problem with a couple big critics. And it was like a personal issue with them, and they had a couple staffers make sock accounts to basically shit on them. Yeah.
But it certainly brought up the argument that we know is out there, because I've always thought it was very strange that, you know, Jeremy, you made a video about it a few years ago. We were accused of being bots and using them to go after that's what the fans were accused of. So it was some kind of
there was a fucking Facebook group that was created that was called like Star Wars Fans Against Disney or something like that. And if you looked at the Facebook group, everything that this Facebook group with like 50 fucking people in it, everything that was being said in this group was everything we're accused of saying about stuff that they could never pin to us.
Yep.
And it got all this mainstream traction. All of these websites picked up the story. All of these websites, look at the Nazis here. Look at all the racism. This is what these YouTubers are, you know, following. And there was never any proof that any real person was behind it, but they reported on it just like they reported on the Kelly Marie Tran story over and over again. I would say just as if, like, early as a year or two ago, they were still referencing Kelly Marie Tran's harassment. There's literally never been one screenshot that has ever been produced to show the harassment that Kelly Marie Tran faced. None whatsoever. They've also attached, what was it? What's his name? Ahmed Best. Is that his name, Ryan?
Ahmed Best.
Yeah.
Jar Jar.
And that was all the Access Media.
That was
too.
all the media. He even said it was the media, but they took his words that were clearly targeted towards the media, and they twisted it and manipulated it into saying he was talking about toxic Star Wars fans.
But that was the same thing with Kelly Marie Tran.
Time.
Like, her criticisms were actually of Hollywood, not of fans. If you actually read the article, the interview.
Yes, absolutely. And the Kelly Marie Tran thing has just been on and on and on. But everything they accuse us of, typically they are guilty.
They are doing.
Yep.
Yes.
End
and
of
I'm glad
story.
that Gina talked about how she even said to them privately, I guess, in meetings, hey, this is what I think is going on. Because if you look at X, Y, and Z, this really doesn't add up. And they clearly didn't want to hear that because, you know, why would they want to hear any logical, reasonable discussion as to why this is happening? So, yeah, her putting them on blast compared with the Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff that's happening and the South Park episode, it's a house of cards that's just crumbling right before our very eyes right now. It's really what it seems like is happening.
No, it is. And, you know, since Elon's bought Twitter, the cancel culture stuff has died down a little bit, not forever. But it used to be so bad. You know, Carolyn's out there. She got canceled for liking fucking wanted to play the Harry Potter game. She wanted to play the Harry Potter the game. That's, you know, this was happening left and right. People's careers were absolutely being destroyed. And yes, some of these people are bots. Now, it's not saying every person is a bot. There is definitely a large number of Marvel stans out there and Disney Star Wars stans out there who genuinely spend a lot of time on Twitter being reply guy, gal, they, them, or whatever the fuck they are. It's part of the game, whatever. But it is interesting that the conversation's starting to come up because if you just look at it logically, which is what I tried to do years ago, I'm like, wow, if I was a big corporation and I put millions of dollars into a project and some guy in his office is criticizing it and it's actually getting some traction, I need to find a way to fight that. Well, I have tons of resources. I can hire a third-party company to start some bots and you don't think they do that? Of course they fucking do that.
Dude, we talked about it with She-Hulk. Remember, on this show, I know for a fact, Az brought up multiple She-Hulk accounts where they had less than 100 followers, and their tweets about She-Hulk would have 50, 60,000 likes. Far more traction than any of the official She-Hulk accounts would have. Because why? Why? Ask yourself this. Why would a bot account dedicated to She-Hulk with less than 100 followers have 10, 12, maybe 100 times the likes that the official She-Hulk account would have? Because they can't use bots on the She-Hulk account, the official one, because it would get the account in trouble.
Deniability. That's why
so
they
they
hire
can
a third-party company.
Yes, you can use the fake account, and it doesn't matter if that account gets suspended. It doesn't matter if that account gets taken down because it has no effect on you. But we saw this over and over again. No one was actually talking about She-Hulk. Nobody. Now, is the same thing happen with Loki? And that's a question I'm asking because I don't know. Do we still see that level of bots with Loki?
There
Not
are
as
accounts,
many, but they exist.
Same thing for Ahsoka. Like things will blow up, and like again, these are the same people who can have almost no following, but then I'll say something about us, and it'll go wild because all these people post it on Reddit. They post in their fucking Discords. They all go like it, retweet it. Like this is who these people are. This is where they live.
So when something hits Reddit, that can make a huge difference.
Exactly.
Yeah. When I put up that clip of fucking Loki and Mobius eating pie, and I just said the absolute state of Marvel, it hit Reddit, and the video got like 5.5 million impressions. They're not really views on Twitter, but 5.5 million impressions. But only like, I didn't get ratioed. 3,000 likes. That's really good. But it was supposedly seen by 5.5 million people. And it's because it hit Reddit. It took a couple days for it to happen. So that's how the bots can drive things to real people. I think that's the whole point of this. But there definitely is real people. We're not saying this is all fake. That's
what I don't want to get people into, the idea of any opinion that's not yours. You just dismiss it as a bot because it's literally what they were doing to us for 4 years.
Yeah.
And it was wrong then, and I think it would be unwise to do the same thing now, just because you see something that gets a lot of interaction and you think that thing's shit.
Yeah, but these bot farms absolutely
they exist. Of course, they do.
I got an image. This is what they look like. If we just share this, it's like they just hook up heaps of phones, and then they say, hey, if you want heaps of likes or views and stuff, you can just pay these bot farms.
That's not a bot farm. That's actually someone playing Pokemon Go, Chad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Pokemon go to the polls.
I thought it was every time. I thought it was every time I call into Verizon, that's who answers, because it's what it sounds
probably
like.
is.
So.
But there is a lot of these bot farms out there, and if people want to get artificial interaction and social media, that's a type of currency.
But the bot farms are a legitimate thing in terms of like the reason Rose Tico toys sit on the fucking shelf and nobody buys them, but they'll talk how much they love Disney Star Wars is because of shit like this. Nobody's going out there and buying this shit. Nobody's actually going out there supporting this. But on social media, it's the illusion that all these people love this thing. And the reality of it is, if they did, Rose Tico would be sitting on the fucking shelf and collecting dust.
Ike Perlmutter has been made out to be the devil by Kevin Feige and his people when he basically said women action figures don't sell. They don't. By the way, he owned a toy company, so he would know this. He would actually have the data that shows him that women action figures don't sell. He made a bunch of them with Toy Biz. He and Avi Arad, they made a bunch of female action figures through Spider-Man and X-Men, and they didn't fucking sell. They don't sell. So he was telling the truth. And these Marvel executives who've never sold a toy in their fucking life thought they knew better. And now you go to any discount store and there's islands of Marvel shit. And now it's affected everything. Now it's affected the male characters. Also, the quality went to shit too. But
I think a lot of it is also just generational. We're talking about the same group of people who they'll be fine liking and tweeting and talking about it and making an angry video on TikTok about something they don't like in the world, but they won't go vote. Right?
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between digital activism and actually going and doing something in the world, like buying a toy or whatever. Maybe because you don't have fucking money. Maybe because you don't actually want to go out and support that thing that's easy to click like on. But go ahead.
You could bring back up the tweet. X-ray.
You can bring back tweet up.
tweet. I can barely talk.
I understand you.
Ryan is right, though. We don't want to start sounding.
I don't see
I'm going to
anything.
speak for myself. I don't see anything either, X-Ray Girl. I see
Where's the tweet?
a beautiful map of
I see it.
Rohan. I see
Mordor.
Yeah, but we don't see
I don't
it. And
see
if
it.
I don't see
Really?
it,
Maybe we have to squint.
here, stop.
Well, the
sharing
audience doesn't see it either.
it. The audience
Like
doesn't
Magic
see it.
Eye.
Oh my God! Get better internet. Tell your freaking one-legged husband to get.
know
Oh,
what?
I see it now.
All right, here. Well, I
Can
got something
someone
we
try
can
and
share.
share it
I got
then,
something we
maybe?
can share
I'll
right
share.
here. You want to explain this, Graham? You want to explain what's going on right here?
That's what I remember in San Diego.
There it is. I don't know who did this, but it's hysterical.
That's the Legion of Memers.
The Legion of Memers.
That's what
They're
they do.
good.
They are
They're
good.
good.
They're very good. Shout out. Hey, apparently, and this is something I was told by Jed, Hollywood Scholar, but apparently Rachel Zegler responded to one of the Legion of Memers. Is that true? Like on
Did she?
Twitter?
Whoops.
Dermy Wormy
Yes.
called her a
Damn it,
scab, and
X-ray
she
girl.
said,
Okay.
So Dermy Wormy called her a scab yesterday, and she's like, no, she's like, we actually have an interim agreement, but close. Like, that's what she said.
An interim agreement isn't an agreement. So not so close, spot on.
There we go.
You wanna. I feel like we're all impersonating X-Ray Girl. All right, yeah, there you go. There we go. I couldn't read it. So there we go. We're good now.
Dude, that's
Better
blown
internet.
up to like 250. That's what I usually read on, actually. All right. So again, Ryan's correct. We don't want to sound. I'll speak for myself. I don't want to sound like the fucking idiots who wrote an article 4 years ago, and this was a real article that that critics of The Last Jedi were part of a Russian op to sow discourse in America.
Yes.
That was a real fucking article that came out that I read and did multiple videos on. We don't want to sound like that, but it definitely exists. These companies do that, and it does come from the top. And I've been told from two separate people from two different corporations that it comes from the top in Disney, and it comes from the top at Amazon with Jennifer Salk. She definitely was she used to work in a marketing department, so she was definitely part of the campaign to get out ahead of the Rings of Power, that Variety article. That's why it's so interesting that Variety went so hard as the Access Media is going to go on Marvel, because they are the mouthpiece for the studios. They are known to be the mouthpiece, even more than Deadline or Hollywood Reporter. But I will point out, all three owned by the same company. By the same company.
Shocking.
I know. Penske Media. Did you think behavior of creating bots was exclusive to HBO Max, or maybe other major studios do as well? In 2016, Bob Iger and Disney were basically inches away from buying Twitter, but pulled the deal at the last minute, saying that they did a little more research and said about Twitter, we at some point estimated with some of Twitter's help that the substantial portion, if not the majority, were not real. And out of all of their users, I don't know if that's not entirely accurate. I just don't know. It's so easy to make a bot, even still. Or make a fake account, you know. Remember when they were going to get rid of all the old dead accounts, guys? Remember when Elon said that was imminent? And I'm like, oh, cool. I can get Nerdrotic back from the old comic shop who took it from me and then never fucking used it. Well, it's still around.
Dude,
That
I spent
fucking
like
Ryan Kinnell from Louisiana.
I know,
that
right?
stupid cocksucking bitch. She still exists.
I spent like a week refreshing for the Geeks and Gamers one, and I'm like, fuck you, Elon. You're never gonna do this. Sorry. And that was 2-3 months ago.
Yep.
So yeah.
What do you think that the real substantial portion of fake users grew to form 2016 to before Elon took over X Twitter in 2022? How big did the bot armies get? Who were the bot armies created by, and to do what? It really sounds like Jack Dorsey was brought on and then he just like ended up getting stoned every fucking day and didn't know what the hell was going on. I mean, the guy was an idiot, but
dude, that dude did the best impression of Osama bin Laden I've ever seen.
He did. He really did.
His cosplay was spot.
Why buy Twitter and deal with that headache when you can create armies of bots and control the narrative for so much less money and energy? It does your promoting for you without making it look like you are promoting yourself. Look, it's popular on all these accounts, strangely liked by a bunch of accounts with no names. It must be good. I can absolutely see actors and other, I'll use the word that I hate the most, influencers using bot farms to boost their content. I can absolutely see that. Yeah. I'm sure that happens. Especially movie stars. Movie stars who are trying to break into the influencer sphere, whatever the fuck that is. And movie stars finding out that, yeah, you might have been in a couple big movies, but it just doesn't matter here. That's the sad thing about the access media. They shill so hard to get an interview with Rachel Zegler or someone, and most of the time it's boring, inane shit. They're afraid to give an opinion on anything. I mean, thanks to Rachel Zegler for being an idiot, but
I got a great question for her if I was on the red carpet.
What would that be?
Rachel, when do you think the first movie you're going to appear in to make money is going to happen?
It will be a short independent film.
Probably porn.
on a hub somewhere.
Yeah, on a hub somewhere.
It could be like OnlyFans for people who like unibrows, But what if it was used for something much more sinister? These damn critical YouTubers who have too many followers. According to who, by the way? They are gaining traction. Let's censor them on top of sending in the fake bot armies just enough to get the yes men and useful idiots on board and rolling. So who do you guys think went to YouTube and told them to get rid of or asked them to get rid of the dislike button?
The White House.
I do too.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think that was the
Probably
White
a
House.
combination, but I'm going with the White House.
Joe Biden
I'd
was
say
getting
Disney certainly supported it. but-
Joe Biden's White House was getting fucking annihilated every time. It's a combination, obviously, but
And also, honestly, just bitch made creators like that have been whining about that for a while.
I agree with that too. Yeah.
This leads to firing a person who thinks differently because they can't control the voices. Need a reason to fire her? Get this hashtag trending. Say she had something Say she had said something anti-Semitic when she isn't at all. Twist her words and I'm doing this, by the way. I keep waiting for X-Ray Girl to do it, but it's actually me. Sorry, X-Ray Girl.
It's not her, it's me.
Yeah. As long as it's in the headlines, no one will ask any questions. It must be true. I actually told them in an email and over the phone about these bot armies and how they start the negative narrative. And then the young kids would join in, not realizing that they're being manipulated. And then websites and small news jump on board to be cool with the kids. Before you know it, you're trending and the Hollywood media devours it. The Hollywood media does that all the time. They've come out recently because they're all for the marginalized people and they're super, super duper liberal. This is the same media that fucking destroyed Britney Spears and any destroyed Michael Jackson, was happy to destroy people, was
Also
absolutely
Ahmed
happy.
Best.
And Ahmed Best, right? So they're the same media. I told them, and they wanted to destroy you because you stepped out of line, girly. Little lady. We're all about female empowerment as long as you're saying what you're told to say, little lady. I told them I believed that it was happening to me. A manipulated mob being used every day to spread propaganda to protect the most corrupt. They didn't need to buy Twitter. They just needed to buy the narrative, which they did. And they controlled it because Twitter never stopped it.
Makes me wonder if Disney was actually doing this to Gina Carano using the bots.
There were... I don't know about bots, but there were people in Lucasfilm that were definitely after
100%.
Gina Carano and doing shit behind the scenes, for sure. For sure. Why does everyone just laugh off the fact that when the suits do something wrong, it's, oh, wow, silly. of those silly little harmless suits instead of the suits being forced to grovel and correct the wrong they do, just like they demand from so many others. It's not like they don't know how to apologize. They wrote the playbook of fake apologies. They've literally destroyed careers and livelihoods and get sympathy pieces written on them while those whose lives got destroyed.
What the fuck was that?
That was a stroke. Okay. Fucking ageist.
Can you smell toast?
Oh, dude, it's like burnt toast. Whose lives got destroyed for just having an opinion? That was before its time. Or made a mistake or hurt feelings, get destroyed. This action of bot armies is actually much bigger offense than people are realizing. How many lives were ruined because of Twitter bots canceling them. In defamation lawsuits, you need to have evidence of intent to do harm. Defamation lawsuits are very tricky, especially when you're going up against someone with an endless amount of cash. I would say sending in bot armies to go after people they don't agree with more than qualifies as an intent to harm. I believe a jury would agree. I think the one case where it might have happened, and I'm open to it, I'm not saying it did, was during the whole Amber Heard, Johnny Depp thing. I can see Amber Heard and her fucking simps getting a bot army. I could absolutely see it. Not saying it happened, just saying I'm open to the possibility.
I'm also the possibility is a lot of dudes that will probably just defend the honor of Amber Heard online because they got a shot, baby.
They might get a like. They might get a crumb.
It worked for Ryan. Ryan got a like from Bree. So.
Yeah, and look at him. He's a fucking Bree simp now.
I didn't even tag her. She just, I think she's like, just checks out my profile.
You're like you're worse than Lethal Lightning now. God.
But she actually knows I exist.
This is true.
You know, to the question though, I think it might be a bit of both. Like if it's so easy to just spend some money and hire a bot army to try and stoke up all the other kind of NPC accounts where you have the simps that'll just do it and jump on board as well. I wouldn't put it past anyone at Hollywood to hire a bot army to just try and support their narrative that they want to push.
Well, they clearly for the longest time with social media, because social media has changed the world for better or for worse. It has, but it's also changed the ability to control the narrative. And it used to be a certain few publications would get the information and they would have the audience and they would have the platform, and it was a controlled conversation and controlled talking points that would come out of these publications. And now you got, Gary closing on 1 million subscribers and, gets, 10,000 before, if he doesn't die. But he gets 15,000 people watching a live stream. It's got more pull than any other entertainment-based show consistently on the internet right now. That drives them fucking crazy. That drives them insane that YouTubers are having such traction across the board. So obviously, when you're faced with that, you have to do something else to control the narrative. So it's not outside of the realm of possibility to believe that they're creating bot farms and bot armies to try to continue to counter that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so fucking hard for them to tell the truth, Jeremy. That's all they need to do is tell the fucking truth. But these people, and that's right, I said these people can't do it. They don't know what the fucking truth is. They've lied so much.
Oh, their job. A lot of them, it's their job to lie. It's to act and pretend. And
make good stuff. You don't need bot armies. Just make good stuff.
Yeah.
Now that's just
that requires
racist.
talent.
Yeah, that's alt-right talking.
Bigotry on a level I have not seen on this channel since the last time I talked to Ryan Kittle. But let's finish this up.
That's what she said.
Could get very interesting if ex or current employees came forward with more evidence. Are you all sick of the abuse of power? You could sell your soul and still not end up with the 1% of this benefits. And who wants to be the 1% anyway when it means betraying humanity and selling your soul? Oh, so many people, Gina.
Yep.
So many people are willing to sell their soul for a crumb of fucking Hollywood attention, a bit part. You would, well, Gina's there, she knows, but what people have done to be an extra on a sitcom would probably not shock any of you. But what people were willing to do to themselves, allow themselves to be degraded, and then come out and complain about Me Too. Don't pass the social credit score bullshit on to the next generation. Artists throughout history are at their best when they're not in lockstep. It's what we love about them. Independent creators get busy and don't be compromised. Once you climb on top, artists at the top, take your leashes off. Oh.
That is a mic drop at the end. That is a great message.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of going out and there creating, I think we've got some guys here.
I was going to say, speaking of independent creators.
Who wants to go first?
Me.
Kelley.
Oh.
Kelley.
About what?
This book.
Kelley, you got a book.
Oh.
Called Dracula.
Dracula.
The Impaler.
Oh, damn. It's lost $50,000. Now
I want the Canadian money.
Damn it.
You want me to?
Can I have
I
the
can put it
Canadian
in
money?
like rupees too, if you want.
Roofies.
Roofies.
Nobody can see it again. What is up with your internet?
I don't
we can see
know.
what you're talking about.
We can see it.
Okay, so
I can see it.
So
I can see
it's coming through my computer. So I need to see it for everybody else to see it.
I don't know what to do.
That sounds like a you
Get better
problem.
internet.
No.
And a 10,000 people problem.
I can see it on the stream, Gary.
I was going to say, it's on
We
the
can
stream.
see it
so
on the
we're good.
stream now.
Yeah.
So now we can see it. There we go.
Yes.
Dracula, Volume 1. The Impaler by Matt Wagner and Kelly Jones. Dude, let's watch the trailer.
Yippee.
Oh my God, is it going to play on your computer?
It is said that history is memory.
No.
No, shit. Jesus
Being
Christ.
tried. Some might claim and
I might need someone else to share.
Yeah. Fuck my ass mouth.
God,
and
don't
woman.
you run game? Doesn't Mark have like some kind of autistic
She's all blurry right
gaming
now,
setup?
too.
Yeah.
I
Are
think
you downloading
so.
something? Are you uploading something?
That's
or
because she's
downloading-
not wearing makeup.
Mark is what?
What? Hey?
Mark is watching porn.
I don't remember what I was doing. You know?
Mark is currently
porn.
jerking off to 8K porn right now.
I've linked it. I've linked it. If you're still in it.
Thank you.
Could you share
Or-
it as? I need
Yeah,
you
I
to
have.
share it.
I have.
All right.
Thank you, Az.
I'm dying over here. Sorry.
might claim entomb. For history belongs to the
pause.
bold,
It's not
the
popping up yet.
victorious.
There it is. Okay,
Yeah,
now
it
go.
is.
Go. For me.
Those who are ravenous for power, no matter the cost. A craving I have manifested for centuries. I am such hunger, incarnate. And this, the history that I have won, against countless enemies, and across 1,000 blood-drenched battlefields. For I am the son of the dragon, Dracula.
Bram Stoker's classic novel created arguably the most famous character in all of literature. And yet it leaves many aspects of Dracula's history and persona only hinted at, and thus incredibly intriguing and mysterious. This series of books will fill in these tantalizing gaps and provide a more complete and terrifying portrait of one of the most popular literary characters of all time.
He had come to me with this great horror idea, stuff I had never thought of, never seen, and I love Dracula. I love vampire lore.
Our collaboration here is the culmination of our longtime friendship and an incredible synthesis of our two lengthy and accomplished careers in comics.
The joy of working on it is absolutely on every page, every panel.
This isn't yet another retelling of the novel in comics form. We're bringing you the never-before-told stories behind the story, the sinister tales hidden in the shadows of the original legend.
The heart of Dracula, blood that flows in his veins. It's as much in telling a story as the blood he spills. And in this, he spills a lot.
I'm not exaggerating when I say that this project is the magnum opus of everything we might have hoped it could be.
This is the journey of my brutal life and bloody undeath down through the centuries. The stories never cease. To defeat the godless, one must become godless. Dracula, Book 1, The Impaler.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
That is amazing.
Badass, Kelley. That's
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
love the colorist. I love a colorist who's willing to do color knockouts.
Yeah.
And theatrical coloring.
Yep.
And your guy nailed it.
Yeah, Jose Villarrubia is every bit as much an artist. And I'll give Matt Wagner a lot of credit. He came to me and said, I'd like to try this with your stuff because you're already really dark and you have all these textures and all this really cool stuff. And I think I think you don't need a colorist who will compete with you. No,
Right.
Matt did a great job. There's so much. It is not a romantic, Twilighty kind of thing. It's not romance.
gay.
I saw a man with a
Love
pole
it.
up his ass, Kelley.
Yes,
He
you
had a
did.
pole up his ass.
Yes, because that's how you impale.
Yeah.
Yes, that is how
But
you
it wasn't
impale,
for
correct.
pleasure.
No,
Yes,
You try to
no.
say it's gay as.
it's for intimidation. No, he's a wonderfully terrible character long before he ever becomes a vampire, and that's what we stress. There's going to be 4 volumes of this. This is the first one. They're all separate stories from themselves, but collectively will tell kind of. I always call it the Lord of the Rings of Dracula. You know, each one separate, but then it will tell its own story. And you know, so much has been done with Dracula, but Matt came in and it was utterly original. He just went back to basics.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Sweet. It looks
So when
freaking
you
great.
guys gonna do Dracula the Pegger?
That's volume 2.
The Impegger.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of getting pegged right there, to be honest.
You know,
with
I'm about halfway through the second one. I haven't seen him do that yet. So, but no, he's a very well developed character, and that's what I like. He's not just, you know, he thinks he's doing the right thing. He thinks he's doing the good thing. So
All the bad
Can we
guys
just share
do.
this? Can we just share the screen? There's
Yeah.
actually something important I need to say about this. Guys, there is only 15 of the limited edition hardcovers, Dracula hardcovers. That's the black and white cover.
Yeah.
Only 15 of them left.
Yeah.
And that's it. When they're gone, they're gone. So get on it.
Keep it up there.
Get on it.
We're still dealing with the spinning circle.
Hey, but just to
There we go.
now you're down to 118. You know,
Aw, dang.
thousand.
Wow.
Missed the Canadian
Oh, no.
currency.
Because I GBP'd you. I GBP'd you, Kelley.
I'm losing money on this.
Yeah. There you go. You're 144,000.
Wow.
150. Come on.
That's great. How many days left? 13 days?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
13 days.
Okay. Great. Fantastic.
Link is in the description.
Is this my link that I put in here, or
Yep, baby.
it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
we're-
okay.
There we go.
Very cool. So I could first off, everybody, thank you so much for backing this thing. This was shadow banned from almost day one by Indiegogo, and it's my most successful campaign yet. I'm hoping I'm going to close out next week, probably Wednesday. So this is your last chance to get on board. I'd like to get it over to 200,000, be a big feather in the cap for independent publishing. And this is the book that links all the Nolanverse stuff together. I just finished the last page today, and just before coming on the show here, and I was so excited about it because it's a big reveal. And I saved the last page for last. Sometimes I do stuff out of order, but I saved this one for last because I wanted to really just kind of like ooh and ah and drool on it. And I can't wait for you guys to read this and get to that last page. You'll be like, fuck.
This is legit. Though. I am really excited for this one.
Yeah.
I
It looks
love
great.
it. Shanu's my favorite book of yours so far.
Yeah,
So I
it
just
looks great.
love the sort of horror aspect of it. So now to go into the zombie, you know, ghosts of MATECUMBE is the supernatural. That's what I like. And this has a
Right.
Kelly Jones variant cover.
That's true.
Yes,
Yes.
it does.
It does.
And it's awesome.
Yes,
It is
that's
awesome.
true.
Here, let me play the trailer.
Let's do it.
Better internet than fucking X-Ray Girl.
I love the vibe. of The trailer, so damn good.
So cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Compass.
Yeah. I'm really proud of this book. And I can't wait for everybody to get their hands on it. Let me see if I can show the Kelley cover here. These are the Nolan covers here. This is my homage to EC. Got a black and white glow in the dark cover. And here we go. Look at that.
Yeah, baby.
Hell yeah.
Kelly Jones.
Kelley's so
embossed
good at
cover
drawing
as
like
well.
the meat.
Yeah.
The stuff's kind of off the bones, but then there's little sinews hanging onto it. I love that. So great.
Well, it's EC, man. It's EC.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the black and white version. No color. All the original gray tones, just the way I drew it, so you can see the book in its original
I
form
like that.
without
Yeah,
any
I
color.
like that a lot. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat thing.
That's cool.
So some of the stuff has come down. The commissions, the challenge coins, those have come down because I got to get to work on those, and I've already ordered the coins and the T-shirts. But there's still a lot of perk levels that you can grab before we close next week. So thanks so much, everybody. Really appreciate your
It looks
backing.
great, Graham. It really
does.
does.
Looks really good. I'm very excited for that.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate
Really, yeah. Yeah. Bring it on, baby.
it. Bring it on.
Got my slabs. I got my art piece to come. Got all my books. Got it all. I think I've pretty much got everything on that list.
Yeah, this is fun stuff. This is going to tie into future projects down the road. It ties in with Joe Frankenstein. Ties in with Monster Island. It ties in with Alien Alamo, and it ties in with the Chinook. So all that stuff. And I don't know if there's a if like the mods can put the link in for the viewers that are out there, because this is shadow banned, so you can't go to Indiegogo and search for it. If you go to compasscomics.com, you can get the link there, or if you just go on Twitter, I've posted the links in quite a few posts just this evening, so you can pick it up there too.
It's in the description as well.
Right. Joe Frankenstein Part 2 just got delivered today.
Did it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got these a few days ago. Boom, boom, boom. Here they are. Dish, dish.
Oh, excellent.
Too. Yeah.
Haven't got
All
mine.
right.
Haven't got mine yet.
Excellent, guys.
We'll see.
You see, you got to send it to your landlords first, okay? Before it goes off to the peasantry.
All right, way to endear yourself with the people as you wrong.
Gary and I were talking about when I'm coming over to the States. We were coming out with terms as invades America, and I think we settled on as recolonizes the States.
Yeah, yes.
And I'm everywhere I
Just
go, I'm
coming
going to
with
plant a Union Jack, and
Yeah.
I'm taking it back for the UK.
As reduces U.S. property value.
I think you guys are doing a pretty damn good job of that right now in your cities.
Are you gonna wear like a nice red coat or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we discussed that as well. Yeah, red coat.
I want a red coat. A nice big red coat.
Yeah, red coat's
Oh
coming, baby.
yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah.
That's it. And bring a musket.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it looks
'Cause we
like
like
an
guns.
AR-15, sure.
We've determined when Az comes to the States, we're going to take him to my ranch so we can take him shooting.
Yes.
I love them. I
thank
love
you.
them. I love the meme that was going around that they showed like a house in a sinkhole in Florida, and somebody said, "Oh, a woman shoots AR-15 at the floor." Thank you.
Makes sense.
Did you ever see that article? This guy wrote for the New York Times, and he was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder because for the article he had to fire an AR-15, and he said the power of this gun was so much that he was just wigged out. So this dude in like Kentucky, he does a video and he takes his AR-15, he puts the stock up against his forehead and then pulls the trigger. And he goes pop, 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 pop. He goes, see, there's absolutely no recoil on this thing.
None.
Wow.
Well, I think the meme came from some lady describing the AR-15 could blow a hole in a wall or some shit. I think that's where the meme came from because they don't know anything about guns.
Yeah, they know absolutely nothing about it, or the round for that matter.
Right.
Not Another Dime has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50.
Nice.
50. That's as much you're gonna get out of me.
50.
There we go. I can barely talk right now. Thank you. Not Another Dime. I appreciate it. Rolling the Wretched. 5 parts for $100. This would the man with the wax balls. Long story. Hail to FNF Friday night at Freddy's. Sorry, X-Ray Girl. But I finally completed my FNQ journey since you were the only panelist I haven't made fun of it for some time at some point. Sorry, Gary, but I felt obligated to make a few cameos on your channel this week. It started with Az on Sunday. He did read my super chat from the real BBC and called me a bastard and an asshole. What? I mean, is he wrong?
Sounds about right.
Roland, is he wrong?
Tell me the lies.
Yeah.
Tell me the lies.
In the span of 1 minute, Ryan talked to Az about picking a pronoun and sticking with it. As a DIE, you know it is harmful to swap pronouns. You can't, right? I realize Gary is the wellspring from which my super chats flow. Without him to mock Az, they aren't as good. I did drop in on comics. I owed him something from last week, and they were so warm and welcoming, I thought I had the wrong name up. That's true. Since we're here at FNQ, which, by the way, is Friday Night Queers, I think our guests, Graham and Kelley, should have to answer those hard-hitting cultural questions the chat needs the answers to. What are What are their opinions on Hawaiian pizza and junk waxing? Waxing your balls. That's what he means specifically. I hope these questions weren't too tough. We finally get to today's read, Proverbs 4:11. I instruct you in the way of Hawaiian pizza and lead you along the straight paths. Hail to FNQ, Fellowship Chat, Baby Thor, and Hawaiian Pizza. Dan Vosk is forever gay. So until next week, so long, gay boys.
Hey, take care, Roland.
Shout out to Dan Vask. You guys make sure after FNT's over, go watch his latest video. It's badass.
Oh, dude, he does me so many favors. He does one of my favorite Iron Maiden songs, "The Number of the Beast," and he alienates all the 70-year-old Christian women who subscribe to his channel overnight. Way to go, buddy! Love it. Love it. You think General Flynn stayed subscribed? Do you think he's going to like a tweet with the number of the beast? Dan Vask? That'd be kind of based if he did. If he goes, man, he did a really good job on that Iron Maiden song, which he did. Beardo did the intro, which was cool.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Shout out.
Love that song.
Who?
some guy. He keeps like I don't know. He keeps showing up on streams and he's just kind of
Spider-Man-
retarded. So we just don't tell him to leave. It's kind of like
Spider-Man-
Milton from Office Space.
Spider-Man
We're just
2
kind of
simp.
like, we're just like, we fixed the glitch. Like, these things tend to work themselves.
When you
out,
stop
so.
sending him the stream link, you just say we fixed the glitch. I don't get the stream link anymore. This is my stream link. God, I need to see Office Space again. Such a good movie.
That's greatness. One of the great comedies. One of the greats.
Have you? I know I've asked you, but I forgot. Jeremy, have you seen Silicon Valley?
Mm-mm.
So it's Mike Judge show.
Okay. Which I'm already interested.
All right. So it was on HBO right around when Game of Thrones was on. The first 2 seasons are fucking spectacular.
Really?
So it's basically Office Space for Silicon Valley.
Nice.
And it is one of the best. I like the whole season, but it drops off a little bit towards the end. But damn, those first 2 seasons are fucking perfect satire of Silicon Valley, Northern Cal. And if you loved Office Space, you will fucking love Silicon Valley. It's a hilarious show.
I love Mike Judge, and obviously, yes, Office Space is legendary, and so I will certainly be checking that one out.
Hell
Certainly.
yeah, you'll love it. Goddamn. The second season has the best laugh. I won't even tell you. First season's better, but the second season, you know what I'm talking about, because that was the funniest scene I've ever seen on television. I laughed for a long time. Can your sunt? Can your
I think it's
sunt?
Senior Sunt.
Is that what that's supposed to be? Because it's fucking
What the
starts with a
fuck
C.
did you just call me?
I called you a cunt. Why didn't you just
You're not
call us a
wrong.
cunt? That'd be so easier. You guys are cunts. In 100 New Zealand dollars. That's Hobbit pesos. Hail. Send your sunt. Send your sunt? Is that it? Is that supposed to mean something? Did I
Like
just...
Senior? Like Senior?
Senor, like a fucking Mexican.
Old.
But this is from New Zealand. I could have just called everybody gay and not know it. I don't know. I don't care. Thank you for the 100 New Zealand dollars. It would be bad for FNT to do politics. It would be bad for Biden. It would be bad to say Biden is more IST than Ryan.
Ist.
Ist? Oh, ist. Okay. I'll just say racist. You can't say that? They won't let you type. They probably won't. YouTube
Probably won't.
I want to be racist. What?
It would be bad to say Biden is more racist than Ryan. Well, he is. Has more style than Jeremy. Yeah, probably does. An X-ray girl can drive better than Biden. I'm not sure about that. I just in the interest of truth, I'm not sure about that. Pull Az close and sniff him until it's awkward. It'll never get awkward for Az. He won't give a
that
shit.
doesn't need to be close to me.
Yep. Biden voice. Now, Az, no dating till you're 30. Trump 2024. We. There. That was my best Biden impression.
God, that was an actual
That's
Biden
pretty
quote,
good,
too.
actually, man. I thought it was pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I just was pretending I had a stroke. JS Pena for $49.99. Says happy anniversary to the king of monsters himself, Gojira. Gojira, -1. The new trailer looked pretty good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that it's set in the past too, like
Yeah.
post World War II.
Yeah.
As the superhero genre is slowly dying, the age of kaiju shall rise again with the release of films such as Godzilla -1 and Godzilla versus King Kong, The New Empire. Long live the king. I'll watch them.
Are they doing another Kong Godzilla, another U.S. version?
Yeah.
Oh.
If there's
So
no
Kong
people-
becomes Thor in the last one because he's got his giant hammer, his Mjolnir.
I just hate every single person
so
in those
stupid.
movies. I fucking want. I
got that
hate
Godzilla
them.
-1 coming out pretty soon, though, right? That
That's
Japanese
really
one.
soon. Yeah.
Is it? Okay. December, right? Is it December?
I think
Something
it's.
like
Let us know, chat. Let us know, chat. When's it coming out?
That's not the Apple one.
December
though, is it?
1st. December.
Is that the
1st.
Apple one?
December
Or not the
1st.
Apple?
No, It's like
No,
a Japanese
the
one.
Apple series. Frank Gore said it sucked.
Yeah.
And it doesn't
that's
have
the one with
Godzilla
Kurt
in
Russell, right?
it. Yeah.
Oh.
Which I mean,
Yeah.
that's a bummer. I wanted that to be.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I wanted that to be good.
Eric,
I don't have Apple.
I don't either.
subscriptions.
I would have
Yeah.
actually, if there was like a good Godzilla series with Kurt Russell, take
Yeah.
my money. But they
Right.
fucked it up. Nah.
Yeah.
Eric
Monarch, right? Is Monarch?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Monarch.
that's it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Eric Guidewell has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50. Excuse me. I'm gonna make it, guys. I swear.
Don't die, Karen. We need
You got this, bro.
Die.
Arigato. See, I got that.
Close eyes,
name.
master.
It's R-E-Gato. Arigato.
Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Roboto for $49.99.
Jesus Christ.
Konnichiwa from the Western Lone Star State oil fields. Lame and gay as usual, I see. Love you all, no homo or whatever.
fucking Gary channeling his inner Jackie Chan
Yeah.
there.
I think I'm offended on behalf of
Thank
X-Ray
you
Girl.
very much.
Yeah, I think the thing that would have put it over the top was if he said, "Thank you, love you, wrong time."
Rub you wrong time.
Yeah.
$5.
Fucky sucky.
Wow. X-Ray Girl is
Oh,
so
wait,
racist.
that's what they say in Tijuana. I get that mixed up all the time. At least they used to. I don't know. I haven't been there for years.
Wait, say that again?
When you walk
Fucky
around
sucky.
Tijuana, they walk the hookers walk up to you, go fucky sucky, fucky
Yeah.
sucky. Yeah.
That is the
Oh, in that order.
That is the multi-country, like any language. Yeah, they'll just walk up and say that to you if they're whores. Or even the taxi drivers.
Hey,
They-
Joe, no hair, you like?
Wow. You get two different types of rides.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the taxi driver takes you there, I believe, is the implication.
Yeah, that's the whole implication there. Metavus on the Streamlab side for $50. I can count. Long-time viewer, first-time tipper. Oh shit. Wrong button.
That actually worked.
I know. Really works for my brain right now.
How's your brain? Yeah.
Be gentle, please. No, we will not be gentle. We're gonna go in hard. Hang on. I got a
Wow.
sound effect for that too.
Hard and fast.
That's
Taxi driver in Tijuana.
That's what you're gonna sound like. Right there. I have to thank you guys for inspiring me to get back into the arena. Released my first real video in years on my Matavus YouTube channel. Good, welcome back. Talking about how to be real in a fake world. Hail FNT, hail to you.
Yeah.
It's really not hard. Just don't be full of shit. I mean, I hate to sound like a Marvel movie. Don't be a dick. But yeah, just don't be full of shit. Be honest with yourself first. With yourself first. Took me a long time to do that. Ministry of Wrong Thing for $49.99. $199. You guys see the news articles about Marvel's featuring Sabra, literally an Israeli Mossad agent superhero? Yes. Yes, in the
I didn't
upcoming,
see that.
that's supposed to be, she's supposed to be, I mean, these are articles, we don't know if it's true, but she's supposed to be in Black Falcon, Captain America.
Okay.
Yeah.
Soldier Panther.
We definitely need some diversity in that one, so I hope it happens. I was on the fence, but if we can get a little more diversity, I'm definitely sold.
Well, especially if she, yeah, if they have her bombing the shit out of stuff, I'm sure it won't be problematic at all.
And
the
have a
upcoming
Marvel hero go up against Kamala or Kamala.
Oh yeah,
whatever
Kamala Khan versus
Kamala
Sabra.
Khan versus the Mossad.
Well, she's a Pakistani Muslim. Wait, who's
She's
a Palestinian?
Yeah, she's from Pakistan, not Palestine.
I
so,
know,
yeah.
that's what I said. So who's the Palestinian superhero? There's got to be one. Come on.
Biden.
I don't know. Yasser
I don't know if there is
Arafat.
one yet.
There you go.
Yeah, Yasser Arafat. That's his superhero name.
Yeah. Oh, where was I? Oh, in the upcoming Captain America movie, once called New World Order, Now it's Brave New World. Talk about bad timing. They can't keep Take Her Out without causing a shit show.
It's actually a great point. Like if they included if the characters in there, there's gonna be people that are mad about it, but you can't like just take that out because then you're gonna have other people that are mad about that. Yeah, that's tricky. When you start pandering to these fucking different groups, you get yourself in holes like this.
I know. Hey, considering who runs Hollywood, it is kind of made for a lot of awkward situations. It really has. Everybody's quiet, like acting like, come on, okay?
Black people?
Yes, that's it. Well, you can't bring this actual fact up. Sorry.
That's racist.
You're gonna get the Steens very mad, or the Steins.
Yeah. Dude. Oh, Odin's not here, but at the end of the Streaming Wars South Park episode, where the whole thing was about getting the Jews out of power in Hollywood.
Yeah,
and then they give it to Stan.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
That's so fucking funny. It was such a good. Now their exclamation point at the end of that episode was way better than Into the Pandaverse. God, that was funny. Take me to Middle Earth for $50. I mean, I for one don't give a shit who runs Hollywood. I don't care. But yeah. Found Gary while looking for sane people online that felt as frustrated as I did after the depressing embarrassment of the Rings of Power. Now, I listened to all of you weirdo channels, and it is glorious. I am also getting a great education on comics. Hail to you.
Hail.
There's a lot of great new independent comic creators that consistently come out with books. 2 of them are here. There's a lot of great old comic books by these two guys right here that you can go read that are in reprint. If you go buy the reprints, it actually helps them. I think you guys actually get some residuals from that, right? You get a little scratch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one coming out in December. They did a big DC put out a big thing of Batman I'm doing.
Nice. Hell yes. Yeah. I might get it.
They just released the early Chuck and my stuff, like before Nightfall.
Before Nightfall. God, it's about time your Nightfall shit sold. When that came out for the first time, I still had a shop. That was like printing money. It was insane how much that thing sold. That sold. It was outselling Watchmen at my store. It was outselling Watchmen.
I feel like Nightfall was bigger than the Death of Superman for me. Like in terms of the discussion, what do you think?
It was Superman 75 that really was the big one, whereas Nightfall was consistent throughout the whole run.
Yeah. Nightfall as an ongoing series was bigger.
The storytelling was better in Nightfall too.
Mm-hmm. Well, they had a villain that was more than just a cipher. Doomsday, there's not a lot of complexity to Doomsday.
It's very true.
It's just basically this gigantic, rage monster from Krypton, designed specifically just to be able to kill Superman. Whereas Bane has a lot of nuances to him. The things that drive him and motivate him are very interesting.
Well, also I feel like everybody I don't know. I mean, I was way into both of those runs, and I feel like everybody we know Superman's coming back eventually. You knew it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's why are you even going to kill him off? But Batman was injured, so it was still more of the story that really was developed.
Well, yeah, and he's got to heal, and how does he come back?
Yes,
and then
Graham will tell you that Jean-Paul was meant to stay as Batman for a lot longer than he did.
Yeah. Yeah, but the fans hated it so much the sales were going down. So we had to cut it a little bit shorter.
Yep.
I didn't care for the how they was it Cassandra somebody
Kinsolving Chandra Kinsolving.
Kinsolving, yeah. That whole kind of new age crystal bullshit.
She basically magicked his back.
Yeah. I thought we could have done a better job there, but I think that was a Denny thing.
That was the weakest part of the thing because they've done the breaking of the Bat well, and then they moved Bruce's story into Legends of the Dark Knight.
Right.
So they had the Great Quarry, who's the 3-issue Quarry storyline, where he's in London, meets up with the Hood, who didn't rob anything from him. Meets up with the Hood and tries to project that he's still Batman and still physically fit, but he's actually literally strapped himself to a lamp to a light.
Right.
And then when the Hood goes away, he like takes it off and he just collapses, and Alfred's got to like drag him back onto the thing.
Right.
But yeah, the Chandra solving stuff could have been done better. But I actually thought the Jean Paul stuff was really strong. His descent was so good. It was so well done.
But Graham's right. I think like it got a lot more love later on.
Got my
right?
Subway up there as well, Graham.
10, 15 years later, they reprint it in like this really, it used to be kind of like Marvel Essentials. It's a pulpish kind of paper. It's a cheaper kind of paper, but it was in full color and it was affordable. They put it in these affordable trade paperbacks and people were just buying the shit out of them. But I remember at the time, like, yeah, people hated it. People were like, I just want my Batman back. But it got a lot more love later on, which I think it shows how good the storytelling
once they
was.
knew Batman was back, then it's okay. Then you can go read that stuff because you're like, okay, I know the real Batman's gonna be back, so now I can enjoy this on a whole different level, as opposed to like probably do comics today. You don't know, and they change, in a storyline. Superman's son is gay or something now. That's forever. It's not like that storyline is going to end and and it's going to
it's back to being straight again.
Hasn't been a dramatic turn.
Oh, wouldn't that be funny though? He just gets
be.
hit. He gets hit in the head with some pink kryptonite, and like he's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna crush some pussy."
Well, I tell you what though, the way that they did that with Jonathan Kent, it kind of looks like the guy was forced it on him and could be manipulating him. So you got an out with that one. But I would love Graham, Kelley, even by the way, my Chuck book arrived today as well, so this is getting even better.
Oh, nice.
I would love one day Gary, maybe even Jeremy, get him in to do a stream discussing Nightfall,
right.
the whole thing.
Nightfall's iconic.
But even when they brought Bruce back in Night's End, they did some very good stuff with him, particularly with the Lady Shiva stuff and the Tiger Paw stuff and all that. That was really well done because he came back as Tengu. He came back as the Tengu, the Bat Demon.
Right.
And he was essentially under the tutelage of Shiva by then. She was the one who was teaching him again to get his reflexes back, to get his muscle memory back, to get his fighting technique back. So you have the great story because Shiva wanted him to kill. Ultimately, the whole thing was to make him kill.
Yeah. I had to draw this whole fight between the two of them on a highway, where they're fighting on the high, and the cars are moving. They're bouncing from moving car to moving car and stuff, and it was pretty neat because I used this highway in Buffalo that kind of like goes down, so you had these stone walls that would come up the side, and it just instead of just some open highway, it kind of gave it a Gotham feel, kind of made it kind of cool. That was fun.
It's
good shit.
Yeah. I know, like they're there. They're both of them. They're right there.
Can't afford them anymore. These guys would be crazy to go back to that unless like they gave you
full
power.
It was a great. Denny O'Neil had a great office, didn't he, Graham?
Yes, he did. He did.
Was a great office.
Denny was, the gatekeeper of all things Batman, and he understood the character. He loved the character. And he wasn't going to allow any of the writers to go completely off model, like they do today. I mean, we were at a Bat conference in Terrytown, and this is when, at the time, Frank Miller and Todd McFarlane were writing the Batman Spawn thing. And so Denny had made corrections to Miller's script because he thought, Miller was starting to kind of go off on this I hate Batman, angry Batman type stuff. And so the script came in and Denny had made his corrections. So we're there at this meeting, And the corrections came in, and so Denny opens up the package. We're sitting in this outdoor stone area here, and he starts reading it, and I see Denny's head getting redder and redder as he's going through these pages. And then he finally puts it down and goes, "That motherfucker!" he was so angry because I guess Miller didn't make the changes, and he doubled down on shit that Denny wanted changed. And I'd never seen Denny get so angry in my life. It was hysterical.
Probably should have listened to Denny because I read that book. It's the one Todd drew, right?
Yeah.
Not a great book.
No, and
no.
Batman is treated with such contempt.
Yeah.
You know, his dialogue and everything. You know, I hated it.
Yep. Take me to Middle Earth for $50. Says, as a sweet Christian girl. Wait a minute, you're a girl? Hail to the 9.9. The 9.9.
That's high. 9.
He's way too high for
That's
Terry.
That's way too fucking high. Did you make an Amber Heard Johnny Depp video or something to boost those numbers?
I haven't checked it lately.
6.3.
It was it got up there from Rings of Power from defending Tolkien because guess what? A bunch of women like Tolkien. So
Mine's at 9.4.
Fuck off.
I just checked it.
Yeah, you made a fucking Meghan Markle video. Go fuck yourself.
That was like fucking a half year ago.
It doesn't
not last
matter.
month.
They will hang on forever. You make one Meghan Markle video, you are a Meghan Markle channel to them.
Wait.
These are people that are watching, not that are subscribed. But I mean,
didn't Tug? He started doing Amber Heard video, like, and his audience went like 70% women.
Yeah,
probably.
Wow.
It's like
George
shit.
the Giant Slayer must be 90% women with all the Meghan Markle stuff that he does.
No, he's 90. Yeah, he's 90%.
Yeah.
He's definitely. No, Ryan and I talked and said we're not making videos because I don't want 90% women around here. So.
it wouldn't go up in the channel probably.
No.
Live streaming.
As a sweet Christian girl, I dislike foul language and crude humor, but would rather listen to Az swear like a trans hooker on crack while speaking the truth than any of the smooth-talking liars in the media or Hollywood. Silverback for the win. Hail. Oh, listen to that.
6.3. 6.3 right there. 6.3% right
Hey, big guy, you might be heading for a big 6.4 if you keep that up.
6.9.
I haven't been 6.4 since I had to lie. Oh, wait.
6.9.
Wow.
Excuse me for sneezing in the microphone. I apologize.
You've only done it about 12 times. It's okay. We're used to it at this point, Gary.
What? To be fair, he hasn't been sneezing. You've just been fucking coughing.
Dying.
I'm hitting my button, though. Is it not
I feel like I'm watching a
It
DSP
ain't doing
stream.
shit.
You imagine if Odin would have coughed twice into a mic, what Gary, you
We can't hear you now.
motherfucker.
We can't hear you right now. But
So my cough button is working.
No. Every fucking time that you have gone off camera like this,
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
apologize. I thought it was
been a lot of-
I thought it was
Get a
my
lot of
button.
that. Camera's been on the whole time, eh?
Mike's been on the whole time.
it's like you hit the fucking camera so we don't see you, and then we hear you cough.
I was supposed to hit the button too. Maybe I was missing
Has
it.
the chat hit
Sorry,
the tip
audience.
goal, Gary?
I
Have they hit the
apologize.
tip goal?
Do it like drunk 3PO. Here's how he coughs. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I meant to.
I do the best impression of a drunk 3PO stream. Hang on. Sorry for sniffing there. Act like you just got here.
Hey,
Hey.
what's going on, Jay? How you doing, man? You okay? All right. Anyway, so we're talking about
What?
I wait to 25
Everybody
seconds.
in my chat is mad at me. There's 3 people calling me fat.
Oh man, look at that guy. He said drunk 3PO's gay and fat.
Wow.
Come on, man.
Oh,
Come on.
Oh, Jay.
No, every
They
time
hate me. They
I
hate
go
me.
into his stream, I shit you not. It's like 10 seconds of dead air. It's him staring at his fucking chat. and trying to process instead of reading it out loud because you're on a live stream. I'm screaming at him. It's like, read the shit to us, you dumbass. I love Jay. Jay forgets people are watching him. That's what he does. He gets so into it, he forgets there's actually people watching him.
He takes his time.
Dude,
he takes his time.
His
Lets it
comedic
marinate.
he is the most unironically funny person I've ever met. He is. It's incredible.
The dead air that bothered me was when he was on stream with me.
I know.
That was the best. That was the best one ever. That was the best one.
Not the best one ever is when
Now, Jay's the kind of guy
did a live stream.
You're gonna have a giant piece of fucking lettuce hang out your teeth, and he's not gonna tell you. He's just not gonna tell you. He's like, I didn't want to make you feel bad, man. You know, it's like, okay.
I do
so I walk
understand
around
though.
like,
I do understand why he didn't want to say anything to Ryan, because Ryan gets so mad if you mess him up. And so Jay was basically like, there's something going on here, but I don't want to bring it up.
So he
because Ryan's
balances it
probably,
out.
yeah, because Ryan's probably working on something. If I bring it up, he's probably going to yell at me and we're going to start all over again.
well, that's your
Kinda
fault,
get it.
Ryan. That's your fault.
Well, I will take the
It's your
blame for
fault.
the first 10 seconds. the next 15 seconds.
It was a long time.
Like,
it was a really long time.
Come on, like that's too long. You had to know at that point. Something
TM
was going on.
Devo for $50. Hail, happy Godzilla Day. Happy Godzilla Day, everybody. Go watch some
Gojira.
Gojira. Oh, yeah. Just curious, Godzilla, 1 second trailer dropped today. Anyone here seen it? Yeah, I did. A -1. -1. Second trailer. Okay, so that means the second trailer. I did see it right before the show, and I liked it. Looks sick. Thoughts? Yeah, it looks fun. I mean, Godzilla just
I'm looking
crushing
forward
people.
to it.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
I haven't seen
down.
it yet. Looking forward to checking it out.
I like the Japanese version better than the American version
Yeah, yeah.
because he sort of the proportions are weird, and he's sort of like, and I didn't see this, but when I read that the designers wanted to make a Stegosaurus standing up on two legs, now I can't unsee that.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is the shape of his head and everything. It's like a Stegosaurus on two legs. And the short little feet, like in the first one.
I remember that American
yeah.
Godzilla movie that came out in 2014 had the best fucking teaser trailer I've ever seen.
That's the Bryan Cranston one. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, so it's the Bryan Cranston's not. Yeah, so it's Oppenheimer doing "I Am Become Death" with the music in the background, and it just shows like just a quick shot again. That is the best teaser trailer I've ever seen. Movie sucked, but the trailer was great.
I'll repeat.
Movie was well.
I'll repeat.
45 minutes before Godzilla shows up.
Yep.
Man of Steel still has the best teaser and the best fucking trailers.
I don't know. Do you remember that teaser trailer from Godzilla?
I remember I remember the. Oh, I thought you
with
were gonna ask Man of
Oppenheimer
Steel,
doing his
so-
"I Am Become Death."
Yeah, they used
I
music
vaguely
from like
remember.
2001.
Yeah.
It's like Ligeti music as their
It's so fucking good. And
Yeah.
then it's like the movie was
Yeah,
been like that trailer.
Bro, I saw the Matthew Broderick Godzilla at a drive-in theater for the first time in like
Is that the-
97 or whatever that was.
That's the Puff Daddy one with the Puff Daddy song for the soundtrack.
I don't know, but I know Godzilla laid eggs in Madison Square Garden.
Wasn't that the Puff Daddy?
Yeah, they used Kashmir done the riff from Kashmir for it.
Yep.
Yes.
I remember. I went to that movie. I don't remember anything from the movie.
Yeah, it's pretty forgettable.
I know Yellow
It's
Flash
the
loves it.
Godzilla movie for people that don't like Godzilla.
It's Iguanazilla. I know he looked like an iguana, so that was retarded.
Yeah.
He's a girl. He lays eggs at Madison Square Garden. They gender swapped him. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Woke.
Put a chick in it and make
Woke-
him gay
make-
lame.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
And Matthew Broderick.
Lane.
Well, there's the gay chick.
Hey, Robert De Niro has left a $50 donation on Streamlabs.
I saw it when it came in.
Cheers, Bobby.
Cheers. He says Titanfall sucks. # Jeremy blows for beer money.
Wow.
Thanks. No, I don't know about Titanfall. You like Titanfall? That's a game, right?
Yes. Yes. It's one of my favorite games of all time. That's never getting a part 3.
And
Thank
it's
you,
got my
Internet,
attention
for
because
getting my hopes up.
tit in the title, so I'm down. I've got
Go
has my
tit.
attention.
Go tit.
There we
Go
go.
tit.
Yorwick or Jorwick? We're gonna say Yorwick. What the hell? Yorwick for $9.99. Says regarding the Marvel's land of singing women, check out Dave Sims' Tangent Cerebus 265 or easily found online till a glass breaks or something. He was first to call it and first to get canceled for it. Hashtag Dave Sim was right. I like Dave Sim. You crazy motherfucker.
Gary, share this.
I liked Cerebus though. I was like,
Oh my
MCU,
God.
sitting, talking, diversity, women.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
Pretty fucking on point.
absolutely.
That is so good.
You know what?
That is so good.
Nobody can see it.
I can
We all
Oh,
can
I
see
can
it.
see it.
But I can't see it, which means they can't see it. There you go. It's happening. It'll. I'm gonna read a super chat from Dan Vask, and by the time I'm done, you'll be able to see it. Dan Vask for 200 Brazilian nut
which is
pesos.
essentially 13 cents USD.
Yeah, actually, Brazilian nuts are worth more than his money. And have more nuts than
Dan's
Dan
got a
Vask.
couple of Brazilian nuts.
I have fiber internet. Ha 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 ha. It still hasn't popped up, X-Ray Girl.
I know,
No, he's unshared
because I
it.
stopped fucking sharing it, Gary.
Well, share it so we can put it
No.
up.
Bro, there's something wrong with your shit, man.
No, it's
Yeah,
called
it's your shit.
Dude, I'm on fiber.
Yeah, but you're the only person that can't see that it's still like circling for. So like,
Here, give me the link and I'll put it up. Give me the fucking link. Give me the
It
link.
shouldn't be this difficult.
Give me the fucking link. I know it shouldn't be that
Give it to me raw.
difficult. But half of my
They're like
half of my
brothers.
people
Give it to
work
me.
in fucking Canada, okay? and the other 3/4 white guy is fucking sick.
he's getting bottom surgery.
It's getting bottom surgery.
That's what we said
Sick in the
before. Like
head.
we were having a lot of technical issues, and some people didn't do what they were supposed to do, or something. I told Gary he needs to start hiring more actual fucking white people if he wants a job done right.
I'm white adjacent, according to Twitter.
Yeah, when you're doing math.
Yeah, right.
Hi, Kelly. You're right, mate. You okay?
Hi, Kelly.
How you holding up?
Yeah, I'm surrounded
We
by
got
a
a
bunch of
buffer.
diverse people and women. I don't know what the fuck my hiring practice have gone to shit, obviously. William 101 has gifted 20 Nerdrotic memberships for $100. Az, what were you sharing? Put the effing link in the private chat.
No.
Stop being a
He's
fucking
like,
brat.
No.
God, why are you fucking with me, man?
I'm fucking here. Look, fucking here.
I will remember this. You think I will
Oh,
forget this?
shut up,
I
you
will-
old giffer. You won't remember shit.
Okay, that's true. But I'll pretend to remember it, okay?
Can you see that, Gary?
Oh, no. We're almost done. If you would have fucking shared that thing, I'd have let you go already. But now you got to stay for 3 more.
No.
Ronan the Crusader for $69.99.
Have you seen the fucking tweet? You doddering old cunt! Can you see the fucking tweet?
Did you put it in the private chat?
Oh my god!
God.
I see it. I see it.
No, it actually came up?
No, because you're
Oh my
sharing it.
God.
This is so
I'm not sharing it. It's Az.
Somebody's sharing it. It's not me.
It's still not showing
Hang
up on
on.
the stream either.
It's not.
No, it's not.
Fucking StreamYard sucks balls.
Here, you old prick. It's in the fucking DMs. It's in the fucking private chat.
No, it's not. It's not coming up. StreamYard
The
sucks
joke's
fucking
not
balls.
funny anymore, Gary. The moment's gone.
The moment's gone.
This is hilarious. What are
Ronan
you
the Crusader
talking
for
about?
$69.99 says, "Hail FNT! Today marks the 69th anniversary of the
Fucking
original
show it.
of the."
Dan Vasquez said, I am not affiliated with this show in any way. In this
Bro, you wrote the theme song.
You're in the theme song.
You're in the
video.
theme song. You're in this show every fucking day. You are so affiliated with this show.
You know, I
Hell,
just love that. Was so retarded. This is great. This is
Dude, my up and down speed is fucking ridiculous. There's no way something shouldn't be sharing. So StreamYard, suck
There's
my
no
balls.
way we should be able to pull as many people as we do every week, but we still do.
No.
Okay.
But I'm done with the StreamYards this week. We're fucking done. They're out. We're gonna use that other one, whatever the fuck it's called.
No, I told you I'm having audio issues with that
Well,
one.
that's you. I won't have them. I'll be fine.
Okay. You can't even share a fucking screen, okay?
Show the fucking picture.
I can't show the picture.
It's in the private chat.
We have comic book legends on here, and we're fucking retarded.
Yeah, we are.
We're retarded.
They've sold more books than fucking Gary could ever read in his lifetime. They've sold more comics than Gary's ever had in his store. And he can't even put a picture up on his stream.
You sent me an empty link.
It's in the...
Oh my god!
Here, I'll show you the fucking link ass sent
You know
me.
how Gary always is talking about how there's always some Minecraft kid that gets like 30,000
Yeah.
viewers, so
Yeah.
he stays
Yeah.
humble. This is how I
Yeah.
stay humble.
Yeah.
And when I get 1,000 people watching my stream, I'm like, I start feeling good, and I'm like, Gary's retarded, and he gets 12,000. I'm never gonna make anything in life. I'm a fucking loser.
I quit. I'm done. This is my last show. I'm out of here.
You're not allowed to quit.
I'm branching out on my own, and I'm gonna stream over you every week.
Look, because both
Chad,
of
I
you
don't know if
boomers
this is
can't do
legal.
it. Oh, shit! And I'm on freaking Australian internet.
Wait, Gary, can you see it?
No.
Oh,
Now, wait, something's coming. Something's coming.
Oh, jeez. Is it burnt toast?
You know, I've had enough of your ageism, okay? Just
It
because
is
I'm
weird,
older than you.
like, because I've been watching this stream and it just circles. I don't like. It's got to be a StreamYard issue, but I don't know why it's only fucking you.
Are you capturing through OBS? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's come up finally, has it?
No.
No, it's still
I'm just gonna
not.
read. You know what? Let it fucking spin. We'll read some super
Read some
chats.
super chats.
I'm going.
Why?
Because I need to.
Okay, bye. Go to the gym.
Bye.
We love you.
Bye, Az.
Bye, Az.
See you, Az.
Graham, Kelley, love you both.
Love you, Az.
Yep, you're the best, bud.
Good luck on the campaigns, yeah, because they deserve. Support both the campaigns. Only a couple of days left for the Ghost of MATECUMBE Bay, and then there's only 2 weeks left, just under 2 weeks left of Kelly Jones's Dracula. And if you miss out, you're gonna fucking
hate yourself, people.
Yeah,
Hate.
all right.
Hate. You're
Love
gonna
you, chat.
cry like Loki. You're gonna cry like Loki.
Yeah.
Hey, chat. Fuck this tree. Go watch my Robin Hood video.
We got it. We got it. I can see it.
It's
I
up.
can see
Finally.
it.
Oh,
God, that took a while.
Gone for me
A whole
now.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I don't see it now.
I don't see it now.
Hang on.
I do.
There we go.
Jesus Christ. What is happening right
There we
now?
go. I see it now. There's something funky with StreamYards.
Oh,
I saw it the whole
no,
time
I was.
before.
It keeps
Yeah,
saying.
I saw it
It
the whole
keeps saying I'm sharing something, and I'm not.
All right.
It's fucking
really?
crazy. Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
read super chats.
There we go.
How much longer are we going to be?
A couple minutes, guys.
3 more.
Hang.
I mean, it took 32 minutes to share a fucking picture, so I'm a little worried about your math there.
Ronan the Crusader for 6969 says, Hail FNT. Today marks the 69th anniversary of the original Gojira film, and we're less than a month away from the new Gojira -1. Releasing in America. While Disney continues to self-immolate, Japan still knocks it out of the park. Hail to you all. Hail to Japan, that ethno state.
still making good media, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they make good media. They do.
Manga is, coming up, and they're eating comic book lunch at the moment in the main market.
My wife really likes it there. She's going to go out there with probably a bunch of people. I will not go. I will probably not go. Too long of a plane ride, and I'd starve to death there. Gifted 10. Citizen 7 has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships. for $50. Hail. And Ben, and thank you, Citizen 7. Ben Wellborn for $51.99 says in Japan, there's a restaurant called the Restaurant of Mistaken Orders, which only employs waiters with dementia, so you never know what you're going to get. Next meetup should be there, and Ryan's attendance is mandatory, so we can film him. I agree. I don't even know if that's true or not, but Japan is such a repressed culture, I would believe it. They have a suicide forest, okay? I mean, I like the country.
Yeah.
I wish people wouldn't go there, but they have a suicide forest where people can just quietly go and suicide themselves in a forest.
Is that real? That's
It's real,
not
legit
a-
real.
That's a real place.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, lame American YouTubers go and film. Yeah.
If you've dishonored your family, yeah.
Well, that's sad.
So it's like
It's
That's
not as
what-
sad as Canada just doing it random like airports, just like hopping a bin, they kill you.
Yeah, it's like the
It's-
murder capital in Canada.
it's not an official forest though. It's just been called that because people go there and commit
Oh.
Yeah,
suicide.
to off themselves. Yeah.
It's like the Suicide State Bridge in San Francisco.
Well, they put, how much did they spend on the Golden Gate Bridge? They put nets on it. It was some ridiculous amount.
Yeah,
of
because
money.
people just go to famous locations to fucking off themselves to get some attention, I guess, at the end.
Well, yeah. No, one of the guys who survived jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge shopped at my store. They did a whole documentary on him. He broke every bone in his body, washed up on the shore, survived.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Yeah, yeah, but he survived.
Wow.
It wasn't his time.
That had to
not.
have sucked.
Yeah, broken pelvis. Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
ouch.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's such a loser.
Worst
He
bone
couldn't
to
even
break.
kill himself.
But he was like straight up hearing voices and stuff. Poor kid.
Yeah. Wow.
Raytor 3 for $51.99. Hail! With a silverback emoji. After the silverback has gone in such an unruly fashion, by the way. Fucking ass. He'll be back. He'll be back. He'll be back. All right, we got to wrap it up there because I'm about to die. So, thanks for hanging with us on this incredible show. We are, technical dynamos here on Friday Night Tights. Just wanted to point that out.
Gary, I went live playing game the other night. I hit live on Streamlabs, and I was like, "Hello, everyone," and I'm like fucking just talking for like 10 minutes, but I forgot to hit live on the YouTube side.
Oh my god!
I've done that.
I was like, "Fucking me, dude!" It was it was really bad. It was really
It
bad.
could be worse. You could have been live and muted.
That's true.
Which happens to me all
I've
the time.
done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
Or how about you accidentally hit the stream button when you're recording a video? I've done that too.
I've never done that.
That's like fucking nightmare scenario, dude.
That's really bad.
That is nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like I don't shit. Okay, folks, hang in there. Like I said, Chrome sucks. Here, let's see if we can do this. There we go.
Hang on. So what is this?
It's the second time. Like I don't know if it's Chrome or StreamYards, but the connection snapped. I'm on a
By the way, you would not have this problem with EV Mux.
I am on a fucking. I'm on a Meta PC. I'm on a Meta PC, and I don't do anything on this computer other than game stream and stream for FNT.
I thought you were gonna say gay porn.
No, that's ass.
Comics.
Gary, that happened to me the other night when I was doing a show. I got bounced out of my own show twice, and I thought it was a Wi-Fi issue.
StreamYards.
But it's only just started to happen too. And I use Chrome because you can't use Safari.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yep.
Yeah. These things happen.
Comics on EV Mux. I'm having a popping coming from my microphone. I got to figure that out. But I'll talk to you about that off stream because
Okay.
I do like it. I do like it overall. There's a couple of little things we got to figure out.
Yeah, it might.
I think
the thing about it is you definitely have to have someone who's a producer running the show. If not, you're going to be in dynamic mode the entire time.
It could be my internet. I mean, it's only 79 down and 810 up. So I mean,
oh yeah, it's totally your
totally my internet.
Oh yeah, totally.
Fuck. All right, where were we? Oh, Detective John Kimball for $50. The last one. Who's your daddy? Oh, who's your daddy? And what does he do?
What does he do?
Who's your daddy? And what does he do? Thank you, John Kimball. That's a great fucking movie, by the way. Girls have a penis and boys have a vagina. Let's get out of here. What is that?
Kindergarten
News
Cop.
to somebody? So,
Have you ever seen Kindergarten Cop, X-Ray Girl?
Why do you even ask?
She probably hasn't seen many like Arnold movies.
I don't watch
Yeah.
a lot of movies. I don't know.
She was chained to her desk as a young Asian girl until she got straight A's, and then they let her out in the world, and she hasn't seen anything.
Oh, no. And then they let me play piano.
And violin.
after that.
As long as she made 200 computer chips a day, whatever.
Yeah. And didn't dishonor
small
the
hands.
family. You can send out complaints to Alan Ing at Film Threat. That's her dad. So, what do you got coming up, Comics Division?
Well, I just dropped a video today talking about the whole thing with Nina DaCosta basically fucking off in post-production. So go check that out. Man, there's so much Marvel stuff to talk about right now with that Variety article, and obviously with Gina Carano as well. So lots of good stuff to talk about. Also, if you'd be so inclined to go and check out beachpunk.us, that is my merch store. We have a lot of really cool shirts and I don't think we have hats yet, but we definitely have hoodies and a lot of tiki type stuff. It's pretty awesome. So check it
Cool.
out.
Thanks, Comics.
And also, Kelley, Graham, pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ian. Pleasure hanging out with you.
Yeah, it was nice, Ian. Thank you.
Thank you.
X-Ray Girl, what you got coming up?
Ooh, tomorrow I'm going to be playing Party Animals with Kara, I think Melanie Mac, and maybe some others. So check that out, 1 p.m. Eastern. We also have Critical Drinker at 6:30 on Sunday for Forbidden Frontier. So that'll be a good episode as well. I won't be there for Sunday Funday because I have family lunch, but yeah.
Good stuff. Party Animals is so great.
Yeah, Dyatlov Pass.
Such a fun game.
We're going to talk about Dyatlov Pass on Forbidden Frontier, and Drinker's written an entire book about it. So that'll be fun. Cool beans. What do you got coming up, Shad M. Brooks, besides arguing with people about AI on Twitter?
Well, you can guarantee I'll probably be arguing with people about AI.
Good.
That's just a given now. But yeah, like Shadowversity, we just had a video drop the other day, testing out Scorpion's, rogue kunai thing. Man, that was a fun video. Like, people know I've got two co-hosts on Shadowversity now, and we just have a great time. The banter between us, heaps of fun, and people have actually been saying we're like the medieval Top Gear, and I thought that was a great compliment.
That's a great description. I agree. I agree.
Yeah. And so we just have a whole heap of fun doing dumb things with weapons, basically. Check it out if no one's seen it. And as always, there's content on Night's Watch where we're talking about all different types of stuff. Specifically, recently on Night's Watch, I have proven that Vegemite is amazing. And there's no argument now. You can go check it out. It's right there.
No, there's an argument. There's an argument.
Out of 6 people, 5 loved it.
Do I look
Gary.
like a roll with the crowd guy for one? Okay. watch the video. The argument I make, I still make today. Is Vegemite something you're going to go to a fucking restaurant and order to have put on your food? No. It's
What,
something
would you
like
do that with
if you're in prison and they
peanut
wrap
butter
it
and
and
jelly?
all you
Would
have
ask
to eat.
for that
Oh my
for
God.
breakfast?
Okay.
Come off it. No.
Shad, do they have
food.
Shad? Do they have Twiglets in where you are in Australia?
I don't know what they are. So I'm
The
guessing
Twiglets are like little in England. They're like bar snacks. They're little.
Oh, it's like a pretzel.
Like a little pretzel, but I think they're dipped in that stuff.
Oh.
I think
Wait, what?
they're popular. Yeah.
Ew.
Man, I don't think we do. Oh, we might have something equivalent.
Well, watch.
So, yeah.
We recorded the video in the cool little Airbnb we had in the UK. So go check that out. I'm glad it's finally out.
Adam Krigler, he said it was delicious, guys.
Krigler's a contrarian, okay? We know that all that guy wants to be is the opposite opinion. I work with him. I know.
It's how you make it. And
I love Krigler.
I won everyone over. Even Gary had to say it wasn't as bad as when he made
No, when we were in the candy and stuff, that was pretty cool. Some of it was really good.
Yeah,
some was good, some wasn't.
Some was not.
The Australian snacks will be coming out on Night's Watch next.
Right on. Cheers, Shad. Have fun. Hope you trend this week. I really do.
To me, that is bizarre, but I've trended like 4 times now in the last 2 weeks. It's
Yeah,
like,
you
well,
have.
all right.
Yeah. Baby boy Ryan Kinnell.
I'm just making videos for my channel in Sports Wars and Geeks and Gamers daily every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. That's pretty much it.
Cool.
Shout out to Kelley and Graham. Thanks for coming on. Best of luck to both the campaigns. It's awesome.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Ryan.
The chat has just said I'm trending on Twitter right now.
Are you?
Wow.
That's funny. I love it. I freaking love it. D-Day Cobra.
Hello. I got Cobra Cast tonight. I've got a gaming stream later after that, so I'll be busy for the rest of the night, and hope to see you guys over there. I'm also making videos again. Yes, I know.
It's about time. And great editor, by the way.
Yes.
Nerd Wars.
Yes.
Well done. Love that guy.
He's good peeps.
Big
And,
shouts.
The crazy thing, and if someone would have told me this, we actually started gaining subs as soon as I started making videos. It's crazy how that works.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I think there's a guy who likes to wear V-necks who told you that a lot. Like every fucking day.
I know it. But I'm just way too busy these days, man.
I don't
But it's
expect
good-
you
it's
to ever
good
to
be
listen
there.
to me because you don't, but I expect you to listen to Ryan.
I listen to Ryan way more than anybody knows. That is the truth. I don't listen to him 100% of the time, but I do listen to Ryan a lot.
You
He's
probably should.
actually he's a lot smarter than he looks. I will say that he's a lot smarter. Than he
Okay,
looks.
that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah.
But in all honesty, in all seriousness, so great episode tonight. Kelley, Graham, it was awesome having you guys on. It's kind of retarded you guys are even
It's
in our
surreal.
presence. I don't know
It
why
is
the fuck you
surreal.
guys put up with us, but we appreciate you being here. And good luck on your campaigns. Keep kicking ass for
Thanks
sure.
very much.
Yep.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, it's surreal being with two guys who are creating comics that I read like right when I got out of prison. So it was like what I dove into right when I got out were these Batman books, and your name started coming up, and I'm like, who are these? You know, I didn't know Kelley Jones. So who's the guy with doing the weird ears with Batman? What the
Weird
fuck
ears.
is that? And I loved it. I freaking loved it. So it's you got to pinch yourself. This is such a great job we have. We're watching culture kind of die or go through a change, whatever you want. Hopefully, it's go through. I choose to think it's a change, and not completely dying. And I mean our culture as America, because if it dies, we're fucked. And I don't believe we're screwed. I really don't. But it's great. The best part of this job is getting to meet you guys out there and get to talk to people like Kelley and Graham. The worst part about the job is I got to hang out with Jeremy. But
watch Loki.
And watch Loki.
Yeah, there's that.
Not necessarily in that order, but maybe in that order.
I got to watch a lot of stuff to get Loki out of my mouth, man.
I'm not sorry. Tell
Tells
Lynn-
us that
Watch
every
One
time.
Piece.
Tell
Watch
Lynn
One
I'm sorry.
Piece.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm
watch
so envious of Graham right now.
watch One Piece. Watch One Piece. One Piece is wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay.
Graham, what do you got coming up?
Well, I'm closing out Ghost of MATECUMBE Key this week, or this coming week. I finished the last page today. What else? Oh, I started streaming my shows again, Independent Comic Showcase, which we're going to have Kelley on to help promote his Dracula thing. And also the Storytellers, where I pick an artist or writer and stuff and go deep dive into their career. So that's a lot of fun. And
I got the Shinu plushie up on my website right now, and that's about it. I got a lot of plates spinning right now.
You're doing a good job spinning them, sir. So,
well, thank you.
Well done, and thanks for coming on. We'll have you back on soon. And
fantastic. I always love hanging with you guys. You guys are a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
My kind of people.
A lot of fun.
Kind of dumb. But,
yeah, that's it. That's what I mean. You know, my kind of dumb people.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Well done. Kelley, thanks for being here, brother.
Absolutely had a blast, Gary. Thank you for having me. You guys, it was a lot of fun.
Support his book that he refuses to talk about. With Matt Wagner's probably out there going, dude, talk about that book. No, we love Matt Wagner.
Yeah.
That book looks amazing. Please support it if you can. Links to both these gentlemen's campaigns are in the description, where they will stay. Back them early and often, and back their stuff, their future stuff too. These are two, like I said, two comic creators who actually like comics and the fans.
Yeah. That's rare these days.
They're not dicks, so please support them.
Usually.
Thank you.
And
usually.
And subscribe to most everybody here except for Jeremy. I'm just kidding. I love you, Jeremy. You know I love you.
I mean, I'm more worried about you and Az at this point. So no, I'm being sarcastic because the chat's going to be like, oh, man, it's all falling apart. It's like, no, we're retarded. We're friends, and we all fight like normal people, and it's all good. We just
Are you kidding me? Az will call me tomorrow and tell me how much he loves me. So
that sounds a little gay.
It's super fucking gay. He does it all the time. I haven't even talked about the dick pics he keeps sending me. Fuck. I wish he'd stop.
He kept sending me a couple too, but I couldn't see anything. So I'm trying to confirm.
I know. I was like, is this Gavin or Az? I'm not really sure.
Oh, no.
I'm not really sure. So thanks to the Nerdrotic. You did a great job as usual. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and a donation. The super chat square up has been moved to tomorrow night because I was finishing a video and I was fucking sick. Sorry. So we should be fine. I'll be gaming during that, so that should make it extra interesting. I'm gonna play Return to Moria tomorrow night. So
I'm still laughing because everybody's mad at me because I killed you at the end of Party Animals.
Oh no!
Like, should have let.
I am so not mad at you for that.
I will just say, looking back on it, I just want everybody to know because everybody wanted Gary to win and they thought it would have been kind of cool. And I just said, looking back on it, I wouldn't change a fucking thing.
No,
fuck him. I will kill him every fucking time.
If I was like, I just didn't have the skill to pick people up.
They kept saying it. Yeah, everybody was like, should have let him win. I'm like, Gary's not that retarded. It's not like we just let him join us. And like, look at the retard over there. We got to let him win. Gary's got enough going for him in life. I don't need to let him win a fucking video game.
I would have done the exact same thing to him. And when I get better, I will do the exact. I was trying to hit. I spent game not trying to win, just trying to hit Jeremy because it was fun.
Yeah.
And it was easier to do drunk 3PO because he was like about as bad at that game as I was. So the game was fun though. I'll totally do it again. I had a genuine good time playing it.
Oh yeah.
So thanks everyone. Just released a video today. Please go check it out. Wisconsin meetup 16th. Unfortunately, it's sold out, but hopefully we'll see you there with some guests. And then LA Comic-Con. LA Comic-Con is 1 month away, less than 1 month away. I'll be at 2 panels, so I'll see you there. It's the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Be there with Chris Gore, Comic Book Girl 19, X-Ray Girl, Carolyn, others. I think Cordwhite's going to be there, but got some stuff coming up. But I'm gonna watch Fellowship of the Rings on my couch and be sick. That's what I'm gonna do after this.
There you go. Get some hot tea in you and just chill.
Don't let Gary Lies turning on Peacock and watching Harry Potter.
You need to get healthier for the Marvels.
Ryan. I did that yesterday. I watched Deathly Hallows Part 1 because there is some extra stuff in there. There actually
There's a lot.
is. Yeah.
Like the whole like Ron and Harry chasing that rabbit part and everything.
Yep.
Gary, just play some Fortnite, man. Come on, let's go.
Fortnite. No.
Closing in on 6 million fucking people.
I mean, everybody I know everybody likes it, and it's like.
I wouldn't
super
say
popular.
that. You look at my comment section like you're fucking gay, Jeremy, for playing Fortnite.
It is a little gay.
So yeah,
it is.
No.
But it's you're like Dr. Disrespect plays it, and I'm like,
Well, hold on. I'm not like the biggest Doc fan, but I was just saying, like,
I know.
like 40. I'm not saying I have anything against Dr. Disrespect.
I like him. I think he's funny.
Yeah, I have nothing against the guy. I don't subscribe to him. I don't watch him though. Very few game streamers I actually watch.
You're
like
the only game streamer I
games.
watch.
Yeah,
You're the
I
only
am a
gay
game
streamer I watch too.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Let's get the fuck
I'll
out of
take
here.
it. I'll take it.
Let's get that. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Are you gonna end the stream? Are you gonna end the stream?
Well, it's got credits, but yeah, I know how to do. I know how to do it. I've got all the mics are on, so the hot mics.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta get ready.
Okay, bye.
So, hey, guys.
God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.